Hey friends, Dana here. And yeah, sure, we got plenty of summer left, but we all know what comes next when the weather shifts from crotch soup season to frozen shriveled peas season. That's why I love my pals at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. It's the perfect time to get them out and take a peek at both your AC and your furnace. Book your AC tune-up by August 21st and save $45 or save $90 when you bundle both. It's the early bird deal and it's the way to go for peace of mind on both ends. Go to standardheating.com and make sure to mention 93X when you book.
The 93X Half-Ass Morning Show. 93X.
Ah, yeah. Moving pretty slow this morning. Josh?
Yes,
Things
sir.
move a little slower around here. I got my regular case of the Friday F-offs this morning as we check in here at 5:41 on the 93X Half-Ass Morning Show.
I know what you did there.
Moving a little slow.
Talking about, it's one of those stories on the news where they're talking about a brand new Dairy Queen that opened way up north somewhere.
Smallest town you can imagine.
There's more employees at Dairy Queen than there are that live in that township.
Right? When you begin that story for a television news report, you begin the narration by saying, things move a little slower around here. There's only one way to do that.
You have to.
Yeah, you have to.
One of those towns that, they do that gimmick where they have like a dog as the mayor or a little kid or something,
You know why?
All that stuff, yeah.
Things move a little slower.
They sure do, Josh. Sometimes you just got to slow down and kind of take a look around.
Not going to be mistaken for the big city. Here we effing go. This will likely be Ashley's final Friday for quite a while.
Yeah, that's pretty exciting. A little weird.
Next week is baby week for Ashley, whether that little urchin likes it or not, isn't it?
Yep.
Tuesday, he's being evicted, no matter what.
Yes, sir.
He's getting a little too comfortable in there.
Yeah, he is. Quite a few people have asked me why I'm getting induced, by the way. And so for anybody that knows anything about pregnancy, I have gestational diabetes. So it means that I basically just have pregnancy diabetes. It'll go away once he is delivered. But because of that, they have to take him before 40 weeks. And he is very large.
Now,
He is estimated to be nearing 10 pounds. So they want to get him out now.
What's the all-time record? Any chance you're going to set a record?
Good question. No, there's people that birth I guess they could be off on the weight by like 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds.
I think my sister was 13 pounds.
Dude.
Yeah, so they can get pretty big.
Somebody look up the all-time baby weight record upon birth, however
I
the proper.
looked it up.
What is it?
And, you never know if this is true or not.
Uh-huh.
But Google says the heaviest baby ever recorded, born January 19th, 1879 in Ohio, 22 pounds.
Oh, man.
No. That's just not right.
Oh, I wish I would have read further ahead. Things didn't go so well.
I bet.
All right.
Well,
Yeah, I didn't know that part. But 22 pounds was the largest baby ever born.
maybe, Ashley, your large baby will end up being the heavyweight champion of the world.
That would be incredible.
Or the hardcore champion, or the 24/7 champion, or a tag team champion, or some kind of massive, like Van Vader, Mark Henry. Is there any other references I could make aside from wrestling? Ndamukong Suh.
Manute Bol.
Pat Williams.
Shaquille O'Neal?
Yeah.
So he's not. The funny thing is, all of his limbs are measuring like normal length. So he's not tall in any way. He's just straight up fat.
Oh, that's what you want. You want a fat baby. They're
Right?
the cutest babies.
What's cuter than a fat baby?
Ah, my damn.
Kevin James. I'm going through some of the
Yeah. That's
Chris
a good one.
Farley.
That hits home with a lot more people than when I said Ndamukong Suh.
Yeah.
But it was all that came to mind. I think the man recently retired. Anyway, this will likely be Ashley's final Friday for quite a while.
And I'm sorry to interrupt, but you will be here on Tuesday, induction to assuming that he's still in there, right?
Yes. I will be here on Monday and Tuesday.
If you can. You never know what might happen this weekend.
Yeah, you never know. I've been very
need to do.
crampy lately.
You're feeling crampy?
Very crampy. A lot of lower back cramping, which is super exciting because there's this thing called back labor, and you feel the majority of your contractions in your back. And I have a feeling that is going to happen to me, and I've heard that it is way worse than the normal way.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So super pumped about that.
You'll be here if you can next week, but once the official baby of the Half-Ass Morning Show is out, your paternity leave will kick in, and we won't see you for weeks. And I know what some of you are saying right now. You're saying, good. But I have to take the time to say, Ashley, despite what many people think and what many people say, I like you. And
Thank you.
I'll miss seeing you every day.
I'm going to miss you guys a lot. It's going to be tough, but I'm going to have to listen because he is very used to hearing your guys' voices in the mornings.
Isn't that something?
And so I think it's going to be one of, they say if you play certain music, the whole time you're pregnant, like that kind of music can calm them down once they're in the real world. And I have a feeling that this show is going to be one of the things that kind of calms them down.
So does that mean during the early days, during this 6, 8, 10 week, however long it is, paternity leave, there's a chance you might be calling one of us at 2 o'clock in the morning so we can speak to your baby?
Yes.
Put me on the phone with a brand new baby.
Can you sing a melody, please?
And I'll just, I don't know, we'll read an old episode of The Stupid News to him or something like that.
Have you noticed, Ashley, that your time away, your maternity leave has gotten shorter depending on who's saying it? It started out at a certain length, and everybody, I think they're trying to, through a Jedi mind trick, going, it could be this length, this length, this length, it's shortening.
Yes. Hey, what are you talking about? So I get 6 weeks, and that is actually on the lower end of things here in Minnesota. Usually it's at least 8, 12, and fun fact, I thought that I got 2 more weeks if I get a C-section, but I was looking over the handbook, and nope, just 6, no matter what.
Yeah, 6, that's it.
Yep.
So it's a company policy.
Yep.
Interesting. And you mentioned that the reason you're going to go get yourself induced is because some concerns over diabetes.
Yes.
My wife had that each time.
It's not fun.
No, she could talk you through it if you need it.
I'm getting really sick of pricking my finger, and I take insulin every night before I go to bed. That's not fun. My husband said he thinks I'm a little too good at injecting things into my body with needles.
Well, it's because your brothers, they set an example for you.
Exactly.
You are a recovering addict.
Runs from Ice Jesus, one of my new favorite Jesus names.
So good.
And man, you better speed up, I'll tell you what. And hide.
Runs from ice.
He wants to know some of the songs on your birthing playlist.
Oh, I've been trying to think of what to put together, but I think I'm just going to wing it. Put on some type of...
Any particular genre you're going to lean heavy on?
Can you fill me in on this? What are we talking about? A birthing playlist?
A lot of women will put together a playlist that they have on during the labor and delivery
Really?
process. Yeah, it kind of calms you down.
You've heard of that before, Josh?
Yes. Sorry, I was in the middle of a delicious sip.
Well,
Yes,
so
I have.
you haven't filled that out yet. You're not sure what tones you're going to go for?
No, maybe I'll do that today. I've got nothing else to do. Everything else is finally finished.
Can I DJ it? Of course, I'll take requests, whatever you guys want.
Yes, that would be incredible.
I have experience.
You're set up in the corner of the room.
Hasn't been since I haven't been behind the 1s and 2s since 1988, but I could probably remember how to do it.
Hopefully it's not a long birthing process, or Ashley's husband might have to speak up and say, okay, I've heard enough Queensryche.
No, we're going through all of Operation Mindcrime, start to finish.
I hope I can do this story justice, but my wife told me a story last night about one of her friends, because I told my wife, I said, next week, Ashley's going to be induced, and part of the concern is this diabetes risk. And my wife told me about one of her friends, same problem. Diabetes through the roof. massively pregnant, and they set a date for her to be induced. And she shows up at the hospital on the induction date, and they turned her away.
Yeah, so I have to call about an hour before my scheduled time to be there so that they can let me know whether or not they're on track for the day.
Okay. They show up, this gal friend of my wife's and her husband show up at the hospital, and they were turned away because there were no available rooms. So they said, sorry, we'll give you a call. And this was devastating for this gal friend of my wife because she was, like you, she was ready for this effing nightmare to be over.
Yep.
She's sick. She's huge.
You're counting down the days, so you're dealing with so much anxiety, too.
And this was their second baby. So, again, I hope I can do this story justice. So, it just so happens that this gal's husband had to be somewhere. So, they drive all the way to this hospital. They're turned away. See, the husband's plan was to drop his pregnant wife off at the hospital, knowing that even once she lays down in a bed and they induce her, it could be hours and hours and hours before anything happens. He has to go handle some business. So now they've been turned away. Now the husband, who needs to be somewhere very badly, has his pregnant wife in the car with him. She can't come with him to this appointment he has. So they're stuck. So they call my wife and say, can you come pick up your pregnant friend on the side of the road in downtown Minneapolis? Because the husband's like, look, I can't bring her with me. I'm going to drop her off on a street corner in Minneapolis. I'm going to go do what I have to do. Will you come pick her up? And my wife says yes. So again, maybe you had to be there, but my wife was telling me last night, it was very interesting. This is rush hour traffic, like 5 p.m. in Minneapolis, back when there was rush hour in Minneapolis. And my wife pulls up, and there is her, by the way, this gal is there is her 6-foot-tall, enormously pregnant girlfriend bawling on the street corner. Now, this was their second child. My wife's friend is holding an empty car seat because they have to go get the other baby. And so it's just, I wonder what people who were passing her in traffic, what they were thinking as they saw this 6-foot-tall, 300-pound pregnant woman crying on a street corner in downtown Minneapolis while holding an empty car seat.
I would think the worst.
Were they thinking, okay, has this woman lost her baby?
Yeah.
Was there ever a baby in that car seat? So anyway, you never know what's going to happen on that day. And I think a couple, 3 days went by before they got her in again for the all that.
Oh, I hope that doesn't happen.
So as far as predictions go, we all made our predictions. Mine has come and gone. Mine was yesterday. I think Dana's was the day before.
Yep.
Nick he picked the 22nd. So you're being induced on the 19th, but you said off air the other day it still could last a couple days.
So I'm
which
being
I was
induced.
not aware of.
I'm being induced on the 20th.
Oh, not the 19th.
Yes,
okay.
no, the 19th is my last day going into the hospital on the 20th.
Gotcha.
And so there is a possibility that Nick could still be correct because sometimes, hopefully, that's not the case for me. Sorry, Nick, but I really don't want to take over, 2 days to give birth.
Whatever happens.
There's still a chance.
Actually, my sister was induced, and it took her like 26 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, but some women, they get induced, and a couple hours later, boom, baby.
I'm not the only one, Josh, who had never heard of a playlist that a woman might crank up in the delivery room. Someone texted in and said, this baby gets a walkout song?
Oh, yeah.
Pretty sweet.
This baby gets entrance music? Yes, Josh.
How about this? We'll give him concert tickets for life, which I can't promise, by the way, but let's just say I could, if his first word is brotherhood. Can you teach him? What if his first word was brotherhood?
That would be so cool.
That would be cool.
And if he just goes, that's close enough.
Yeah, we'll count that.
Yeah.
Close enough.
Yeah, even if there's like a burp that kind of sounds like that, we're counting that.
That'd be so sweet.
Now, do you or you probably haven't talked about this yet, but let's say his first word is dad or daddy. Is that going to bother you a little bit?
It probably will be because it's easier for them to do the da sound. So it'll probably be dada.
Oh, shoot.
I'm hoping that it's because it would just be hilarious. My dog, Widow, I hope it's her name because that's all he's heard over the last 9 months is me going, Widow, Widow, stop, shut up, Widow.
Hollering,
Damn it, Widow.
hollering at the dog.
He's going to be used to barking, that's for sure.
We hope to see you for a couple days next week before your induction date, but you never know. So, next stop, paternity leave. Here's a gal who was
Maternity
known.
leave.
What did I say?
Paternity leave.
I don't know which is which. Here's a gal who was known for her excessive days off earlier in her career, about ready to hit the days off jackpot. The jackpot.
Now, will your husband be taking paternity leave?
Yes, so he will be taking at least 2 weeks, possibly 3, but he has the kind of job where he doesn't necessarily need to go into the office. He can do a lot of it from home, so that'll be really helpful.
Turkey Butt McGee's first word, mitochondria. That is impressive.
Genius.
That's very impressive. Yeah, I didn't take paternity leave. I wonder if we even had it back then. I guess I never even thought to ask.
Well, I think we should get co-ternity leave, a co-worker leave.
Oh.
Ashley's having a baby. I think the 3 of us guys should get some time off, too. A nice little 6 weeks.
I don't remember you missing any time, Josh.
No, that's why we got induced on a Friday. My wife got induced on a Friday. I was not induced. And just so I wouldn't miss work.
No, I don't
I'd
think.
be back on Monday.
Yeah, I don't believe they offer anything for the men here. Well, they have like a certain type of leave, but I don't believe it's paid. And so, is that really
in
anything?
this building?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We were a different company back then. I have no idea, what's what.
Ready to hit the jackpot, she is.
Depends who you ask, too, whether or not it's hitting the jackpot or not.
What do you mean?
With the whole lack of sleep,
Well,
being a milk machine. Not really excited about that.
Milk machine.
Yeah. Not like super pumped about that situation, but
pumped, I get it.
Yeah, pumped. I got that.
it's good for him, so I'll give it a try.
It's good for him.
Yeah, that's what you hear. They just shove these statistics down your throat about how it's supposed to be so helpful and
Do the right thing.
Just throw some Yoo-Hoo in a bottle and give it to him.
At least for starters, do the right thing. And then, a year from now, whatever, just
the max is a year for me.
Feed him chewing tobacco and...
I do think it's funny with my friends that have multiple kids, how stressed and every single little detail is so important by the first one, but then by like the second and third, they're like, whatever, kid, you'll figure it out. You're fine.
They can just watch the first kid and
That's pretty
figure it
much
out.
how it goes. I mean, yeah, we pay very little attention to our youngest.
I got some friends who were pregnant for the third time, and they didn't tell anybody. And we're like, why didn't you tell us? We're like, I don't know. We've already had 2 of them. Who cares? We don't need to make a big deal about it again.
Yeah. And then there's those people who have like 5 kids and still have baby showers for the 5th one.
Yeah, don't you have everything you need at that point?
You get one.
I always
you get
thought
one.
I'm the oldest, and I always thought I was kind of the ice pick of the family. I broke the ice for my folks. They cared. They were very, very, very strict with me. And then my brother and my sister, no rules applied.
Yep.
They could do whatever they wanted.
That's a common theme, isn't it? That oldest kid doesn't get to have any friggin' fun. The ones that follow, lawless. Just because the folks get worn out. They get worn out on telling you got to be home at midnight. Don't do this. Don't do that.
Making them eat vegetables.
Be careful with this. Be careful with that. By the 2nd, 3rd, 4th kid, for Christ's sake, it's exhausting. So, yeah, the oldest kid often has a harder upbringing.
Our older kids, they complain about that. You guys made us sit and eat vegetables, wouldn't leave the table. We had curfews, all that kind of stuff, screen time. I'm like, well, we loved you more. That's what it was. We cared. We were more attentive. There was a lot of love. And now we're just old, exhausted, and whatever. He's on his own.
I had a girlfriend.
Figure it out on YouTube.
I had a girlfriend. We were in our mid-20s, and she had a little brother that was, I think, 7 at the time. And the whole family just referred to him as Oops. Because it was a mistake, baby.
Right.
Bogus.
Man, I knew a couple of those mistake babies where it was just... so obvious. One of my dude I grew up with, his older sisters were we were 12. His older sisters were like, they'd show up at the house once in a while, and I'd be kind of thrown. Like, who the hell is that? Well, those are my sisters. How old are they? Whatever. Bonnie's 33 and Carol is 31. Like, what? But yeah, I mean, it happens. It happens. I always think of an interaction I had with one of my pals. 4 kids. 4 he's got. All of them grown now. But unfortunately, there was a time where I just didn't see him very often. And when his 4th kid was born, I hadn't seen him for a while, and I ran into him. I had heard that he recently had his 4th kid, and so I didn't know any better. And I approached him and, hey, man, how you been? All that stuff. And I said, I heard you had another kid. Congratulations. There was 0 reaction on his face. As a matter of fact, it was more of just a slight frown when I said, hey, man, congratulations. I heard you had your 4th kid. No reaction. There's a pause, and he says, totally unnecessary.
Human life.
And I said, like, what do you mean? And he goes, totally unnecessary. And he said, let me tell you right now, don't ever believe your wife when she tells you she's on birth control. And he said, hey, I'll do my best to care for this kid as well as I have the others, but I just want to go on record and say this was totally unnecessary. And I said, all right, dude, see you later.
Yeah,
At least he's honest.
Yeah.
Zombie Jesus, maybe you just caught him in a moment. I hope that was just a moment. That's it. Zombie Jesus said, I was child number 4, but the first boy I got spoiled. My sisters hated me.
Oh, okay. He got spoiled.
Yeah, the first boy.
Yep, I was the first girl with my parents, and yeah, I got everything I wanted. I'm going to be honest. I'm a daddy's girl.
Well, my sister, when is the littlest, it was me, my brother, my sister, and my cousin ended up living with us like a brother. But when my uncles would come over, and I have a ton of uncles, they would always bring her something. She'd have the latest stuffed animal or a Cabbage Patch Kid or something like that. They didn't bring us crap. Nothing. But she got everything.
I got Junie B. Jones books. That's what my uncle would bring over.
My cousin, again, the one that lived with us, over the fireplace at his mom's house is a picture of my sister, not one picture of her grandchild. My sister has always been the favorite.
That's
Nobody
awesome.
even hides it. Nobody pretends anything otherwise.
Maternity. What a deal.
I'm really going to miss you guys, though. It's going to be weird.
Well, it'll be
We can keep in touch, can't we?
we can talk on the telephone.
Of course.
There
It's
are
not the
weird
same.
rules. There are weird rules, though.
The 6 weeks is how you say it. It's going to go by in a friggin' flash.
I hope so.
It's
For
going to
you,
go by
definitely.
in a flash. For all of us, I think. It'll be fast. And
But at least we have AI Ashley here
Oh, yeah, hey, Ashley.
to help fill the void.
Definitely.
But this isn't just for ratings or anything. Didn't someone ask you that recently? Didn't someone ask you if your pregnancy was real?
No.
Oh,
if
yes.
it was a fake pregnancy.
I thought you meant me leaving.
That's what I thought, too. I thought
like,
that wasn't
oh.
very nice.
Oh,
I kind of hope they dip a little bit when I'm gone.
but yeah, didn't someone recently ask you if you were really pregnant or we were just doing a bit on the air?
Ask Dana
Yeah,
about
somebody
that.
asked me. I ran into somebody listening to the show, and they said, "Okay, just be honest with me. Is Ashley like actually pregnant, or is this just like a bit you guys are doing?"
Yeah, it's a 9-month-long con.
Yeah.
We don't know what the payoff is quite
No,
yet.
exactly.
That would be ridiculous.
Yeah, 9-month long con, then just not have Ashley on the show for 6 weeks while the 3 of us sit here with our thumbs up our butts.
While we collect some baby sound effects that we can use to fool you into thinking it's now an infant, a 1-year-old, 2-year-old.
I will be the new Ashley. That bitch is gone.
Oh, no. Hey, I actually want your job.
She's so rude.
Wouldn't that be something if this was all just a bit? Wouldn't that be something? Think about it. Maybe it is just a bit. Over-exaggerated inch Jesus was the last child of 13, and he describes himself as a child as feral. Is that like wild? Is that
Yeah,
what that
wild.
is? Yeah,
Wild child.
I can believe it. Yeah, I mean, some of those family dynamics are so interesting to me. I've told you before, one of my aunts has 14 children. and they range in age at this point between like 65 would be the oldest and the youngest would be 34 or something like that. Some of those really interest me. A dude I used to ice fish with is one of the youngest of a massive family. And what never dawned on me until he explained this to me one night when we were ice fishing is he really doesn't know his older siblings at all. A lot of them are dead now. Well, I shouldn't say a lot of them. A few of them are dead now because he came from a family of 15 or 16. But, by the time he was aware as a 6, 7-year-old kid, aware of who is who, you're my mommy, you're my daddy, all that crap,
Yep.
A lot of his older siblings had moved out, got married. And then he gets into high school and he's busy with his own thing, playing football. His older siblings are now 40 years old with grown children of themselves. And so I'd ask him, what did your oldest brother do? What did your oldest sister do? What were they like? And he has to simply say, I don't know. I never knew them. And now they're dead.
That's weird.
Yeah.
As far as on-air bits, things like faking Ashley's pregnancy, dubbed famous Mises said he still doesn't believe you're married, Nick. That was another one.
I get that a
thought
lot.
That was a bit.
I get that a lot, and maybe it is a bit. Maybe nothing is real.
Insomniac Jesus thinks the fact that you're going to let your baby listen to the show to fall asleep, he thinks that might be an insult. You might be suggesting that we're going to be boring without
So
you.
boring. He passes.
Now, usually that's the type of thought I'd have, and I didn't even pick up on that.
No. The crazy will calm him.
Yeah, that'd be kind of fun to negatively influence your child. Maybe we already have, because like you said, the theory is they can hear from the womb. They can hear what's going on around them. Call me. Call us if you need to. Once the official baby of the Half-Ass Morning Show is out, and, like we discussed earlier, if you have to call us at 2 o'clock in the morning, if our voices help soothe this baby, I'll help. That's what friends are for. But maybe when you put that phone to his ear, maybe I'll say something like, get in a lot of fights.
Drugs are cool.
Underage drinking. Just kind of try to dump some messages into his brain,
Yeah, for sure.
And then when he's 13 and you catch him with a case of beer, you call me again and say, dude, why did you say that?
It's all your fault. Look what you did.
Mm-hmm.
Would you be more upset by that, or if we convinced him Crocs were cool? Because you hate Crocs.
Oh, yeah, I'd be much more angry about the Crocs.
Yeah, I think we could come up with some stuff that would enrage you for sure.
See that other baby? You want to fight him.
Dude.
Get him really into fart humor.
You need to be the
fights.
number one baby.
I'm not super excited about that, Dana, because, all boys go through that stage.
Oh, they do.
What did he say?
Get the kid really into fart humor. Because Ashley
Fart
hates
humor.
that.
No. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
She doesn't want any part.
I'm going to try to shut that down.
Well, there you go. It's the Friday broadcast of the Half-Ass Morning Show. Thanks for a lot of text messages are coming in with baby this and baby that. Maybe we can find something here for you, Ashley. Got to feel pretty good to know you're very, very likely sitting on your last Friday for a long time. Man. Doesn't it feel good?
It does. It does feel pretty good.
All right.
I hope this weekend flies by.
I mean, it kind of sucks that you're probably not going to be able to take advantage of sleeping in unless you and your husband have something worked out.
Yeah, we haven't really... we don't know what to expect, so we haven't figured that out yet, but he's on diaper duty 100%. He's, oddly excited. He's like, I think new parents would kill me if they heard me say this, but I'm so excited to do simple things like changing the diaper, and he's talking about how skin to skin is really good for the baby. So if you're shirtless, baby's naked, it's good for them.
Okay.
And he's like, I can't wait. I'm just going to never have a shirt on. I'm going to bond so hard. All right.
Yeah, you want to do dad stuff.
It's so cute.
That last part was kind of weird, but outside of that, sure. I remember wanting to do dad stuff.
I was like, yeah, if he even, wants to.
So, right. Yes, you're going to be off for 6 weeks, but at the same time, it's not going to be all fun and games. You're going to have a brand new...
I've heard that pregnancy tired is worse than newborn tired, though.
But let me just say this. You give me 6 consecutive weeks off, you can scream in the middle of the night, once in a while, and I could live with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know what you mean.
You give me 6 consecutive weeks off, high-pitched screams once in a while at 3 o'clock in the morning. Are they going to bother me? Yeah. Are they going to ruin that 6 weeks off? Hell no. Woo-wee! I got 6 consecutive weeks off.
I know.
F with me in the middle of the night all you want.
And so many people, I'm very lucky. I have a lot of people that are willing to help and a lot of people that are going to bring over food. I'm not going to have to cook for months.
Use those people.
Yeah, you're going to have a lot of hot dishes.
Dude, so much hot dishes.
Don't turn them down. All right, we'll get going again, and we appreciate you hanging out with us. Whatever, Randy Shaver, Brad, whatever. We'll do other things. The stupid news is coming up next on the program.
93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Hey friends, Dana here. And yeah, sure, we got plenty of summer left, but we all know what comes next when the weather shifts from crotch soup season to frozen shriveled peas season. That's why I love my pals at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. It's the perfect time to get them out and take a peek at both your AC and your furnace. Book your AC tune-up by August 21st and save $45 or save $90 when you bundle both. It's the early bird deal and it's the way to go for peace of mind on both ends. Go to standardheating.com and make sure to mention 93X when you book.
Welcome to NFL Flag.
Are you ready? Yeah! Are you ready? Yeah!
No matter who you are, lace up your cleats, smear on your eye black, step out on the field and chase something. Chase a goal.
Let's get it!
Chase the big time.
Get that, ladies!
Chase rings. Chase gold medals. Chase all of it. It's all up for grabs now. NFL Flag. Chase something. Visit NFLflag.com to find a league and start the chase today.
I'm Paula Pan. I help people make the smartest money decisions possible because let's face it, money's too important to wing it.
What you'll hear is a couple money geeks sitting and talking about this stuff that we're so passionate about.
You name it, anything that's on your mind. Retirement, debt, student loans, saving for college.
It's a personal finance journey. It is a wide-ranging squirrel conversation about the topic of personal finance and good financial planning. Super fun.
Afford anything. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Stupid news on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
I hear you. We've been talking about babies again because Smashley over there, she's ready to spray her first child. Earlier we were talking about, some interesting family dynamics out there. Some of you are part of 8, 14, 16, 21. Here's a listener texted in and said he informed his boss years ago that he and his wife were having their 4th child. And his boss said, "Damn, man, you're going to screw yourself right out of a spot at the dinner table." That's Fat Bulldog Jesus who had that conversation with his boss.
People keep asking me are you going to have another one? I'm like, all right, let's just see how the first one goes.
First things first.
Yeah.
Depends on how much you like your 6 weeks off, I guess.
Yeah, right.
I've had people ask me that about you, and I've said, I'm going to bet against it. You haven't really enjoyed this.
No, I have not had the greatest time.
Fair enough.
I keep, just the little things that keep going wrong.
Listener wants to know if you'll say maternity panties into the microphone.
Maternity panties.
There you go.
Throw in the
diapers.
Kangaroo maternity panties.
Kangaroo maternity panties.
You dominated that one.
Another text message came in. Nothing to do with babies. Happy Friday, you buckets of chum. And Ashley. This is mediocre machinist Jesus.
Good morning.
Oh, today is his Friday. And he says he's going to be off until next Thursday. He's going to Brainerd for the NHRA drag races. He says, Don't text me, don't call me, don't even email me, please.
Those go on for that long?
No, it's over by Sunday evening.
Oh, just needs 4 days for recovery, maybe?
Maybe to navigate back, figuring out where it is he ended up, trying to get back to the tent.
If you've ever been there for the NHRA finals, which started yesterday, yeah, you do need some recovery time. That is a goat rodeo. Thank you for your texts, everybody. 651-989-9393. If you ever want to get a hold of us and say something fresh, cute. We're going to start today's report. We're going to cut loose by talking about, supposedly, the man with the world's largest pork sword, or pecker, or penis.
Pork sword. I've never heard that before.
Johnson, Wang, Dong, Rod, Hog, Tallywhacker. You've never heard pork sword?
That's a classic. Maybe it's a generational thing.
That's an all-timer. All right, this is the guy right here. The reigning world Wang size champion. And I'll tell you what, you think you've got problems. You think you've got problems? The dude with planet Earth's largest disco stick, he broke it. His arm, I mean. But he's blaming his broken arm on his enormous Schwanstucker.
You know, when stories about this guy come up, as they do from time to time, they pop up. I think he's, aside from having, it's confirmed he's got the world's biggest penis.
It is confirmed?
He also is the world's biggest humble bragger.
Oh, without a doubt.
Have you noticed that? He always talks about how miserable it is to have this giant penis.
Okay, Josh, I'm glad you brought this up, because when I read his name, Matt Barr, he's a 41-year-old feller from London, England, called Matt Barr. When I read that name, I wondered, is this the guy who's a real douche about it?
Yeah, he's because Jonah Falcon is the other guy, right?
That name rings a bell.
Maybe
I thought Jonah Falcon was the one who was being a douche about it.
I think it's kind of a little of both.
There you go. I'm not sure. But, yeah, that same thought entered my mind when I read, the opening paragraphs of this story. Is this the guy with the massive rod who's obnoxious about it? Or is this, because there's always been two of them that battle each other, right?
Yeah.
And I always thought, tell me if you thought the same thing, there was a face and a heel character. But I couldn't remember if Matt Barr was the face or the heel.
I thought there was even a third guy in the mix who he's not American. And then there was like, well, yeah, okay, maybe his is a little bigger, but he stretches it out. There was all these really stupid arguments.
Yeah, I remember this.
He hangs bicycles from it and
exactly.
whatnot.
That doesn't count.
He's mangled it to the point where it no longer has any use at all. It's a weird community, the mega dong community. They're a weird group. So you're saying this is the guy who's a douche about it. I'll take your word for it.
No, he's one of them, that is. Yeah, he's kind of the humble bragger. He always talks about, it's so miserable having this giant penis.
He just looks like a D-bag.
Does he?
Yeah.
I agree.
He's blaming his fresh broken arm on his enormous pecker. As you can imagine, he's telling everybody this story, just in case there are folks out there who didn't already know that he's hung like a Belgian plow elk.
Hugh Jorgen, Jesus said, hey, the struggle is real. They've got problems, too. It's not as great as it seems.
You wouldn't understand, he says. So word is Matt Barr, who, by the way, was a place kicker for the Cleveland Browns in the 1980s. Same spelling of the last name and everything. You can look that up. Matt Barr, he's humping 14.4 inches of penis around town. And that is, of course, when he's, as they say in the business, fully engorged.
That's 10 inches too much. I think we can all agree on that.
Yeah.
Right, ladies?
At least 11,
100%.
12.
14.4. And like I was saying,
That's so unnecessary.
he's telling everyone.
Drinking. Oh, darn.
Sorry, I just measured it out with my fingers, and I'm like, that's just, we don't need that.
Yeah, they'll move some things around.
Yeah, that's not good.
He's telling everyone that his mega dong broke his arm for him. Here he is now, Matt Barr. He says, quote, one of the issues of being so large is that it's not exactly easy to see my feet.
Oh, come on.
Again, humble brag. He's got 3 legs. That's why. My goodness.
He says, here's how the accident happened. He was rushing to get ready for work recently, and he didn't see some shower gel that had been splooged onto the floor of his bathtub. And that's because of his big fat pee-pee. He was, quote, how does he say this? His big fat pee-pee was, quote, the only thing in his line of sight as he's stepping into the bathtub. He slips on the soap. He fell out the shower, landed on his shoulder, and ended up with 2 fractures in there. That's how it happened. Slipped on some how do you say it? Shower gel. By the way, he also added that any sudden movements, if he jumps up off the couch, or something along those lines, the weight of his Rodney will mess with his balance. Okay. And he'll end up cartwheeling across the living room. So the broken arm incident, he says, is just the latest way that his double XL Jimmy has caused him trouble. So here are some more of his problems. When he gets a bone on, some bitch gets lightheaded.
I can believe that.
So much blood flowing down there that...
Just for a second or two, he's like, ooh.
I can understand that, sure. I didn't mean to make it seem like I understand as if I've been in that situation, but I could see how that could be a thing.
I understand, Josh, the level of understanding.
He probably has trouble taking care of himself because I imagine it is a 2-hand job. Right?
A friend of mine got caught by his mom 2-handing it.
Any other details, or is that?
Yeah, I can tell you the whole story after we're done. I've told it before on the air, like almost everything that comes out of my mouth.
I could, but just not at the same time. At the same time, that's impossible.
When he gets a boneyard, he gets lightheaded, he says. And he even goes this way. One time, Ashley, he was all naked with a woman. They were going to, by damn, get it smooth on. He claims he swung his hips too quickly and hit her upside the head with it, and she was diagnosed with a concussion.
That one's a little tougher for me to believe.
Yeah, because that has to be very forceful.
He swung his hips, whapa, hit her upside the head, concussion.
Unless she has like the thinnest skull to ever exist.
I don't know if we're really buying that one, that this lady was concussed.
That would be terrifying getting hit with that, though.
What the hell, man?
Get that thing out of here.
Gross.
So anyway, poor hung Matt out there in London, England. He's slinging so damn much pipe that once in a while, he can't even get out of his own way. And sometimes folks end up in the emergency room.
Disabled Jesus says, how about giving the rest of us hope and mention the guy with the smallest pork sword? Hell, I'm 46, still waiting for my big boy wiener.
God.
What do I get my big boy wiener? This is my big boy wiener.
I never want anyone to say that out loud ever again. Yeah, so a pal of mine played sick. How do you say it, Josh, when you're a kid? Faked sick?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, sure.
To stay home from school. And, his folks usually go off to work. They bought it. They bought his fake sick gimmick. And so he went back to sleep, of course. Slept till about 10 o'clock in the morning, woke up. Whole house to himself. Grabbed his VHS porno movie, threw it into the VCR right there in the living room, and decided I'm going to get a good one in here. I got the whole house to myself. I'm a 17, 18-year-old kid. Why wouldn't I make the best of this? God help us. And he decided, why go one-handed when I can try two at a time? So he's just murdering himself while reclined on his dad's favorite chair in front of the family television. Well, what he didn't know was that his mother had never left the house. She was down in the basement doing laundry.
Oh.
And she comes to the top of the stairs with a basket full of socks and underwears, and there is her little boy, reclined on the dam with the porno movie blaring, and he's two-handing that pig like it was his job.
You don't get past that.
He said it was straight out of a sitcom. His mother threw that laundry basket up into the air. Ah!
Are you looking forward to that, Ashley?
No.
You have the face of someone that realizes that could be you.
Yep. I'm not excited about that.
Who's that worse for, the mom or the son?
That's a hard one.
Don't do that.
That's a tough one to answer. Well, he told this story to us when we were in our late 20s. So a good 10 years had gone by. And at the time, he said, my mother and I still don't quite look at each other the same way we did before that morning.
Sure.
I wouldn't make eye contact anymore.
Eye contact, that's what he said. He said, we just cannot hold eye contact anymore.
And so they never spoke of it, obviously, or it appears.
He did not mention any. No, I don't think so. I think that it was just impossible.
Yeah, I don't even know.
I mean, he's just, and I know this is not good for radio. This is physical comedy, but he's just like, oh, son of a bitch, I'll get you. He's going after it like he'd never gone after it before. He finally had the whole house to himself.
Too tired to be dealing with this crap, Jesus said, so I turned the radio on at work, and I hear 14.4 inches of penis. First thing in the morning. First thing! Never change, guys and gal. That is one of my favorite types of texts where people text in something where they turn the radio on and it's absolutely awful. That's the first thing they heard.
Wake up, 14.4 inches of penis.
Yeah, that'll wake you up. Forget the coffee. I got 14.4 inches of penis right here.
It's an eye-opener. F me running. I'm not sure how to segue from that last story to this one. Totally different vibe here. If I could find some common ground. They both involve a need for medical attention, so I'm just going to do what I normally do. I'm going to go ahead anyway. Balls?
They both involve balls.
Oh, I suppose. He's right. They both do involve balls. We had the guy with the world's largest penis. I would imagine he has a set of balls.
I would think
he did not mention them in the story, but...
It's assumed.
Right. This story also involves balls. Thank you, Josh, for making the segue a little more seamless. A worm crawled into a dude's eye socket. And his doctor had to suck out all of his eye jelly. And the doctor said it tasted terrible.
Stop.
Big surprise, India, where they're always being eaten alive by something.
Right.
In India.
If it's not the snakes, it's the worms.
Right. 35-year-old guy, poor bastard that he is. Oh, what's it say here, Cubby? His left eye was bothering him. It was all red and blurry. He goes to the doctor. The doctors held him down. He was fighting like hell. They held him down, took a look into his eye socket, and there was a damn worm in there. It was a small worm, but it was a moving around in there. It had made himself at home at the back of his eyeball.
I know someone whose eye was twitching like crazy. Was that just yesterday, Ashley?
Yeah, and it lasted for like 15 hours.
It's the worm.
No, this video is on 93x.com, by the way, and I mean, beware. It's just a stomach turner.
The picture of the worm?
It's the video of them like finding it and removing it and stuff.
I think good.
So, total nightmare. Guy's got a worm living in the back of his eyeballs.
Oh.
Doctors had to cut holes in the whites of the dude's eyes. And that's when the guy, according to the story, really started kicking and screaming. New guys in the corner puking his guts out. They had to call in 2 more doctors to hold the guy down. And that's when the doctors took to sucking all the goo out of the dude's eye socket. And all that sucking eventually dragged that worm out of there. The worm was still squirming, and it was fighting to survive as well. They smashed it to death, and now it's all over.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why I watched that video again. I'm going to throw up.
I didn't know they called it eye jelly. That's kind of gross. I'll be honest with you.
Seems like there should be a better
Put that on a bagel.
word for it.
Put that on a bagel first thing in the morning. Some of yours or somebody else's eye jelly, and get back to me.
I used to get, I guess, when I used to smoke weed, because of being basically allergic to it, if I would touch weed and then touch my eye would get an allergic reaction, and that eye jelly stuff, it would look like it was like coming out of my eye. It would be like melty and gross looking. Like when I closed my eye, some of it would not stay in the eye.
Perfect timing here. Somebody just texted in Ghost Bear Jesus. And Ghost Bear Jesus asked the question, well, how did the worm get into his eyeballs? I've got that right in front of me. Word is, this isn't all that uncommon. There are worms out there that will crawl into our orifices and try to begin a new life. Sometimes the worms will jump from our dogs or cats and try to land on us. The worms prefer to live in our eyeballs and our beeholes. I don't know why they prefer us over a dog or cat, but they do. The story goes on and on about how the worms reproduce in our eyes. Oh, they talk about egg sacs this, larvae that, feces. They leave a lot of worm feces in our eyes. Sometimes the eyes spell out. Undercooked meat, you know the routine. Fever, pain, sudden death. And I agree with medical device Jesus. Josh, if I ever get a worm in my eye for the rest of my life, you will call me Big Worm?
Got to. Mm-hmm. Heck yeah.
And don't joke with me. Don't call me Big Perm to try to get on my nerves.
No, Big Worm.
Big Worm? 20, 40, 60, 100. Don't be playing with me, Smokey.
Now my eye's all kind of itchy feeling. Anybody else having eye issues?
Yeah, and stomach issues.
My tummy's okay. Eye a little itchy. Fun Size Jesus said, I was listening while putting in my contacts and you started talking about this. Thanks, guys.
Here's a listener who claims the reason that these worms prefer us over our dogs and cats is we eat better food than our animals. Okay, I'll go along with it.
What's next? I can't.
The Wisconsin State Fair. Woo! I'll be dipped. The Wisconsin State Fair has made its way into our stupid news conversation, sort of. Keep an eye on those Wisco characters. A 34-year-old guy has pleaded guilty in Wisconsin court to putting super glue in the soda of one of his coworkers. So we got to find out what the hell got into this guy. I hope we can figure it out. Joe Ross is the guy. He pleaded guilty to one felony count of placing foreign objects in edibles. That's a new one for me. That's what he was charged with, placing foreign objects in edibles. Now, the story describes an office-type setting. So these are people who work for the Wisconsin State Fair. I think that's where we're going with this. So this incident didn't happen necessarily on the state fair grounds during the fair while big old Wisconsin people are milling around and double fisting that cow beer that they like so much. What's that?
Spotted cow.
That cow beer. Spotted cow?
Yep.
So I think it was like at the offices of the Wisconsin. So there was this lady told the cop she suspected her beverages on her desk at work had been effed with. There was a strong chemical smell and taste, she said. She got sick as a dog. She said she set up a surveillance camera at her desk, and the video caught this Joe character put some kind of swill in her soft drink. She told the police about it. Once the cops pinned Joe down and asked him what gives, he admitted to it, and the word is he was spraying Gorilla brand super glue into this poor gal's drinky drink.
Oh, that's the heavy-duty stuff.
For God's sake, yeah, that's not good for you.
Yeah, that's not Elmer's. That stuff's like cement.
Oh, my gosh.
Don't know why he did it. All I can tell you is that I've seen a picture of Joe, and he looks really, really stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he does.
That's for he looks like a character out of a movie. He
Tell me
look
this,
like a
Josh.
real person.
Tell me this. To me, he looks like the far less intelligent brother of Harry Dunn from the Dumb and Dumber documentaries.
Definitely.
They have the same haircut.
Yeah. He kind of looks like he lives in a pole barn somewhere.
100%.
He's got his own little area.
Yeah.
They don't let him in the house to use the bathroom.
No.
No, he's chained up somewhere.
He looks like a pole barn dweller. That's where he lives. Folks don't let him inside.
Nope.
Sometimes his folks they'll kill an innocent person and push it in front of him, and they'll say, feed. Don't look at him while he feeds. And they leave the pole barn. Don't watch it while he feeds.
He slowly rises. He's covered in hay. He was hiding there the whole time next to some hay bales. This is probably the dumbest looking person I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah.
His haircut, his facial expression, just his facial shape, everything about him.
Yep. You guys want to go back to parasites real quick?
Yeah.
Parasite, an old song by Kiss. Giggles Jesus texted the program and said he was at the Apple River. And one of his gal friends had a baby leech in the bottom half of her swimsuit.
Oh.
I would never get into water ever again.
Like, stand by me.
But again, he's kind of bragging because he closes out his text by saying, she showed me.
Love you.
You guys, I saw a vagina. And there's a baby leech down there. But she showed me. Good for you, Giggles.
Oh,
Well, I'm going to go to the beach now and ask ladies if they'd like me to check them for leeches.
Checking them for leeches, checking them for ticks.
I've never had a leech on me. They absolutely terrify me. I refuse to use them as bait too because just
Oh, you've never swam in a lake somewhere where you're just covered in them, usually like the super tiny ones or anything?
No, actually, I think part of the reason I don't really like swimming in lakes is because my mom has this terrible story of when she was younger, her canoe tipped over and she came out of the lake and she said she had to have at least 20, 30 of them on her, and her uncle just sat there and like burned each one off with a cigarette one by one.
I remember when we were kids, that's how the old man would get ticks off of our body. He'd put his cigarette cherry right up next to the sumbitch, and it would release itself and walk away. Because when we were little kids, we were too SAWFT to tolerate having them pulled off of us. So he would put that lit cigarette, and the leech would go, hey, wait a minute, and it would detach and start running away. And I don't think, Josh, all the swimming I did in lakes and whatnot when we were kids, I don't think I ever got a leech on me. I enjoyed fishing with leeches. I kind of enjoy that bit where they suck on your thumbnail for a little bit and then you hook them. And one of the things I enjoyed about fishing with leeches is they lasted longer than 10 minutes, unlike those stupid minnows who die right away. Leeches will live forever.
So true. You're sitting there like, do something. Are you alive?
Yeah. You died already? We've been here for 10 minutes.
You're a fish.
This says something about my fishing abilities, but there have been days when I fished with the same damn leech all day. Let's move to a new spot. I reel him up. The sumbitch is still wiggling around. I'm like, good for you. At least you got some amount of toughness to you.
Good for you.
Frustrating with those stupid minnows, my God. All right. Oh, Jesus, we're already at the point of... A lot of us effed off when we were kids. A lot of us went ahead and did reckless, stupid things that could have gotten ourselves, along with other folks, killed dead. Here's one of those teenage F-off stories out of South Carolina. And yeah, these two teenage puke bags could have easily killed themselves, or at the very least left somebody or another legless. Little Peckerhead stole a freight train. Oh, wow. And they took the damn thing for a joyride up and down the tracks. Teenage virgin number 1 and teenage virgin number 2 broke into the railroad facilities under the cover of darkness. They started the engine on one of the locomotives. That locomotive was connected to a couple of train cars, and there they went. First, the kids drove up and down the tracks right there at the rail yard, and then after they warmed that pig up a little bit, they kept going down the tracks to the next town, laughing their asses off all the way.
I could see the fun in that.
Oh, yeah, that does sound fun.
It didn't last. On the way back from the next town, they went to the next, and then on their way back, the track switched on them.
No.
And that's when they upped and began smashing into multiple other train cars. They woke up the whole neighborhood with that racket. One of the train cars derailed, and they were effing screwed. Word is they caused significant damage along the way. Now, I mentioned that death-defying teenage F-offs are nothing new, but what makes this story an obvious modern-day 20 and 25 F-off is that after they were caught and beaten by police, the kids admitted that they went on YouTube to learn how to start a locomotive and drive the pig up and down the tracks.
I was going to say, that is impressive that they were able to get that thing going.
You F me running sideways, Mean Gene tube. They probably should have paid a little more attention on how to stop the sumbitch.
They're, I'm sure, so excited about knowing how to start it.
Now they are, as Cubby would say, boned. They are up against some very grown-up charges.
Like you said, Ashley, I mean, that does sound fun.
Yeah, it reminds me of the Boxcar Children.
Boxcar Children?
It was a book series when I was younger. Yeah, they chilled out. They like their hangout spot was a boxcar.
Well, they lived there. They were orphans.
Oh my God.
Oh wow. Yeah, you're right. Wow, it's been so long. I should reread those. Actually, maybe not. They might be a little below my reading level.
Like that, that guy we were talking about who lives in a pole barn?
Yeah.
Did the Boxcar Children have to feed off the bodies of dead innocent people to survive?
Yes, yeah.
Feed.
I read it when I was in elementary school. Definitely included some cannibalism.
Cannibalism, sure.
Karen Rogers is a douche Jesus. I didn't think of it this way. He said that tick didn't back out. I was talking about my dad putting the cigarette up against our arms and legs to get the ticks to back away. Karen Rogers is a douche Jesus says that tick didn't back out because of the heat. It backed out because it wanted to take a drag of that cigarette. Ain't no tick smoke cigarette.
Sports on the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
1 out. Foul. Oh, Jeffers saying that hit the ground.
It certainly looked like it did.
Jeffers saying that hit the ground, and for now, John Bacon is saying that was a clean catch, and this is not reviewable.
Uh-oh.
And Rocco's been thrown out, and the hat comes off. He wasn't happy with the strike zone early.
Rocco! Yeah, Rocco Baldelli wet his jock last night.
Oh, it's been stressful over there.
Late in the ball game.
Maybe he did that to make us feel better because everyone knows you love seeing the coach get thrown. I love that.
It's always entertaining. Cubby,
Totally
I'm with you 100%. Something tells me all that rage. Something tells me it didn't only have to do with the performance of last night's home plate umpire.
Oh, I don't think so.
It's been a rough few days over there.
Yeah,
Couple of weeks.
He knew they have ice cream in the clubhouse. He was just going back for a cone.
When the F did we get ice cream? What movie? Don't tell me. It's on the tip of my tongue. Go ahead and tell me.
The Ringer.
The Ringer. Yeah, Rocco wet his jock. But it is fun to watch. He threw his hat. He's kicking dirt around like it was the 70s all over again. He's cursing up and down.
I need his face to get redder, though.
Rocco!
Like Gardy's back in the day?
Nobody could beat that.
No. I'm very happy to say that I was at the Twins game a number of years ago when Torrey Hunter got so mad at the home plate umpire, he threatened to get naked on the field. He threw the hat. He takes off his jersey. He throws his jersey, and we're all like, oh, God, he's going to get everything off. Right? He was so pissed off. That was so much fun.
My favorite Torrey Hunter meltdown was, I think it was in Chicago, where a pitcher, he threw at Torrey, the ball went behind him, kicked off the backstop, and Torrey picked it up and threw it right back at him. I wish he would have hit him.
F you, pal.
Yeah.
You can throw at me, I'll throw right back at you. Twins lost last night in extries. And they got a big weekend coming up. Big weekend. They got a country and western singer tonight, and you guys know the whole schmear. We got to take a break. Josh's news report is coming up next.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Hey friends, Dana here. And yeah, sure, we got plenty of summer left, but we all know what comes next when the weather shifts from crotch soup season to frozen shriveled peas season. That's why I love my pals at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. It's the perfect time to get them out and take a peek at both your AC and your furnace. Book your AC tune-up by August 21st and save $45 or save $90 when you bundle both. It's the early bird deal and it's the way to go for peace of mind on both ends. Go to standardheating.com and make sure to mention 93X when you book.
Michael Rosenbaum and Tom Welling take you behind the scenes of one of the greatest shows of all time.
Welcome to oh God, I can't even get it going. Welcome to Talkville, folks.
Where it's fun to talk about Smallville. I don't think you really know what you're doing on a television show until you do a podcast about it.
I've learned so much.
So what did we do again? I don't know. Let's rewatch it and do a podcast so we know what we did.
Talkville, the Smallville Rewatch podcast.
Let's get into it.
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Half-Assed Morning Show.
They're loud, they lose control, they do their little circus act, they're a nuisance.
93X.
They were out here this morning. 3 cop cars showed up. They were here for about a half hour talking to them. They all turned around, hopped in their cars, and drove away.
Residents in a Los Angeles neighborhood say they're beyond frustrated with an extra horny neighbor. For months now, a 46-year-old man has been setting off his home alarms and blasting real train horns from atop his roof every single day, defiantly declaring he has no plans to stop.
Why is he doing that?
But however, that may have changed this week when cops finally initiated the klaxon of comeuppance. According to him, it's all part of a long-running grievance with the LAPD's Van Nuys division after a personal matter. Oh. And the deafening noise is apparently his way of getting their attention. That personal matter was his belief they weren't doing enough to stop his ex-girlfriend's father from terrorizing him for the past 2 decades. He said he's blasting the horn so law enforcement can do their job and stop the ex's dad.
I do sincerely apologize to my neighbors. I honestly, to God, I'm so sorry to discomfort you guys in your own homes. But I don't know what else to do.
That's not how to do it, bro.
Yes, when faced with a problem, the only logical solution is to make the entire zip code hate you.
Jesus.
He explained the conflict began after he caught his ex-girlfriend cheating. He claims her father had him arrested 13 times in 8 months. He also said that the dad got him fired from his job. Meanwhile, sympathy's wearing thin, especially from people as far as 3.5 miles away who say they've been caught in the blast zone with the daily sonic siege. On Wednesday night, police confirmed the loudly horny neighbor was arrested and booked by his nemesis, the Van Nuys PD.
Yeah, your apology doesn't mean dick.
No. Yeah, I mean, he's an audio terrorist is what he is, and there's nobody in the neighborhood that's going to understand that.
No, come on.
And I love how dumb he is. Well, I mean, I'm left with no other options.
Uh-huh.
Jesus.
They finally arrested him, though. Cops said it's been going on since May. Neighbors said, and the cops hadn't been able to do anything yet.
I'm surprised the dude never got shot.
I am, too. That's a good point.
I'm not saying he deserved to be shot. I'm saying the state of where we're at these days, people shoot and then ask questions later.
Yeah, or his house wasn't burned down or something. The former owner of a Connecticut brewery has been arrested, accused of assaulting an employee at a Longhorn Steakhouse. Police say 49-year-old Gary Schloer was at a restaurant with his dog, feeding it from the table, when an employee told him that was a health code violation. Well, he didn't take kindly to his date being disrespected, so he started hurling obscenities and insults. When told to leave, he opted for a fine china fastball, and he pitched a porcelain plate at the employee's head, hard enough to send the victim to the hospital in an ambulance. The airborne entree accessory left a scalp wound, a hairline skull fracture.
Oh, my God.
And a 7-stitch souvenir. According to the warrant, the victim later had to make 2 urgent care visits for pain and headaches, another hospital trip for CAT scans, and even had to see a neurologist for a follow-up.
I should see a neurologist.
You think so?
Yeah.
Just last year, the same man was arrested for assault and communicating threats during an incident at a rival brewery.
What an entitled prick.
Yeah, maybe it was a service dog, but from what witnesses said, the server was very polite and just said, "Hey, I'm sorry, you can't do that for health code reasons." And this guy was
it's not
in the mood.
Not how an adult should respond to that kind of thing.
You just got to blare an air horn or something like that.
Can a neurologist figure out, Josh, why I keep thinking all these evil things?
Well, that's a psychologist.
A psychologist.
You'd want a psychologist.
Okay.
Or,
I'm new to this. I've only started having these thoughts recently.
You could see both.
Sure.
A therapist.
A therapist could help you out.
All right.
Prostitute. A routine military training flight at a Massachusetts air base turned into some scenes straight out of Top Gun if Top Gun had been directed by the Three Stooges. On Tuesday, a passenger going for a ride-along in an Air National Guard F-15 accidentally ejected while the jet was still on the ground.
We had a pilot eject. Please shut down the runway. All right, so make the call. A-firm for a ground emergency.
Now everybody's okay, so we can laugh at this. Social media video captured the aftermath, smoke drifting from the back seat, the jet still taxiing, and the blown-off canopy perched awkwardly on the left wing. Meanwhile, the newly minted pedestrian, call sign pending, I propose hang time, was spotted crawling toward a crumpled parachute as the multi-million-dollar winged butt kicker rolled past. A near zero, no speed or altitude ejection has its own added dangers, but it's not the first time someone on a ride-along is inadvertently punched out of the tactical jet, although officials stress it is exceptionally rare for something like this to happen. As for how the unfortunate sky tourists managed to yeet themselves from a fighter jet, officials say the details will remain classified until they release an official report.
I could understand wanting to press those buttons.
This is so tempting.
Maybe. So this was like a ride-along thing. A total rookie sits in with a real pilot. They take you for a ride.
Yeah, there's been a couple different stories on. It hasn't been, it's at least as far as I saw as of last night, officially released who the person was. But
maybe they did it out of fear. Like at the last minute, they said, "I don't want to do this."
Yeah, that's a possibility.
Seems extreme. Maybe.
I could see myself doing it.
Instead of just saying, "Whoa, stop! I don't want to go."
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, that seems like a bad idea.
I might flip that switch. Maybe the dude who's driving couldn't hear me screaming. I'd flip that switch. That way, we're not going anywhere.
Yeah, I'd pass on that if I could. If you're streaming 93X from Linwood, Washington, and didn't get your food delivery order on Wednesday night, your friends here in Minnesota know the reason for that. A 28-year-old DoorDash driver, high on meth, crashed his car into a tree while delivering food, then took out a lighter and set his own car on fire before running off.
Set his own car on fire?
Yeah. An officer put the fire out while another officer and a canine tracked the suspect, who was found hiding under a parked car. He was booked for second-degree arson, DUI, and hit and run.
You think he was trying to destroy evidence, or was just the crack rocks that continued to make him do crazy things?
Well, yeah, I assumed just the crack rocks or the meth, but yeah, good question. Maybe he was trying to destroy some evidence.
I'll be dipped.
I bet that was something to see.
Oh, I bet.
A Florida mom's lunch date with her baby turned into a front row seat for the world's worst dinner theater, starring a fully undressed 44-year-old man who was touching himself. The woman told police she was feeding her 5-month-old when she saw Robin Carr wandering through her backyard, peering into windows.
Yeah.
Then he introduced her to his penis. She didn't want to meet his penis, so she screamed.
The guy's butt naked, no shirt, no pants, watching me feeding my baby.
Still, the naked man stared at her while touching himself inappropriately. Seeing what was happening, her boyfriend chased the masturbating man, tackled him at an intersection, and pounded the peeping Tom right out of him. When police arrived, Carr spun the oopsie-daisy defense, claiming he was just searching for a restroom.
Uh-huh.
And his window-peeping, pants-free promenade was all a mistake.
He's cleaning it.
It wasn't on purpose, he said. And even if it was on purpose, he claimed he'd never do such a thing again. Officers were unmoved, and he was cuffed, carted off, and charged with lewd and lascivious behavior.
Freak.
Further up the eastern seaboard, a Pennsylvania couple awoke about 1 a.m. to find a blood-soaked man named Samuel Adams showering in their bathroom while drinking a stolen cherry Coke. When confronted, Adams claimed to be an FBI agent. He said he entered through an unlocked basement door because he believed mobsters were shooting at him.
Here we go.
Police later reported it was clear Samuel Adams was under the influence of a controlled substance and is no longer allowed on the premises.
You said he was blood-soaked?
Yes, he was soaked in blood.
Where'd the blood come from?
He's an FBI agent, Ashley. It's confidential.
It's classified.
Yes.
Duh.
Way above your pay grade. Way above your pay grade.
She just gave herself a duh.
You can call it a symphony of dissolution. Megadeth, sadly, announced they'll be releasing their final studio album. They're going to hit the road for a global farewell tour next year.
Is that right?
With Megadeth, I believe they're being honest, that this will be it.
Yeah. Are you sad, Josh?
I am sad. I try and see them anytime they come to town. There's so many musicians who've come to the end of their career, whether accidental or intentional, frontman Dave Mustaine stated in a press release. Most of them don't get to go out on their own terms on top, and that's where I am in my life right now, he said. No further details were given, except the album's first single will be released this fall, along with pre-orders, which begin September 27th. Fans had been guessing something big was coming ever since the band posted a mysterious countdown clock on August 13th.
Oh.
That clock carried a cryptic line from Holy War's The Punishment Due, leading many to think it was tied to the 35th anniversary of Rust in Peace. In the end, the lyrics were more literal than nostalgic. The end is near, it's crystal clear, part of the master plan. The band's website now features a teaser video with mascot Vic Rattlehead, plus new album artwork.
I love when artists will do that, like drop little hints about something that's going to happen like a year from now. Taylor Swift is really good at that.
She does that kind of thing?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She knows exactly what she's doing. Like, she could be doing an interview and drops in like a certain number or a certain word. And the hardcore Swifties, people call them, they'll pick up on that. Like, wait, that connects to this, and they're usually right. It's crazy.
Josh?
Yes.
Do you think that a final tour means that he might bring Marty Friedman out onto the stage to play a few songs?
I bet it seems like they get along now. I mean, he jumped in on a couple of shows in Japan, because doesn't he live out there, Marty Friedman?
I have no idea.
I thought maybe he did, but
cool.
I know he jumped in on a couple. So that'd be awesome.
If they're doing a final tour, I want to hear Foreclosure of a Dream. I want to hear Train of Consequences. I want to hear High Speed Dirt. I want to hear Skin of My Teeth, Set the World Afire. And finally, I want them to play Et tu les mondes. Et tu les mondes.
The week's new releases offer a mix of fresh studio albums and deluxe reissues, with Chevelle and Rise Against dropping their latest efforts. Chevelle's 10th album, Bright as Blasphemy, out today, is the band's first in 4 years. And Rise Against new release Ricochet is their first full-length record in 4 years, with critics noting its more polished arena rock sound compared to their earlier work.
I also want to hear In My Darkest Hour, Josh.
Yeah, I'd be fine if they played every song they've ever recorded.
You know what I don't want to hear? I don't want to hear She-Wolf again.
Oh, really?
For whatever reason, Dave always forces She-Wolf into every set list over the last 25 years. Enough with She-Wolf.
Follow the 93X Notable New Releases playlist on Spotify. Let's put She-Wolf in there just for fun.
Yeah.
He always has to play She-Wolf. I don't know why. What is the attraction to always playing She-Wolf?
I'm going to play that later in the show.
What if they did Moto Psycho instead?
Oh, I'd love to hear Moto
Psycho. 93X.com.
100 miles an hour. Moto Psycho.
From the box office to your living room, here's a few new releases that we get this week. First up, the quietest dad on the block is about to get real loud in the action-packed sequel, Nobody 2. Suburban dad Hutch Mansell once perfected the art of killing. Now, after stopping a brutal home invasion, his quiet life drags him deeper into a conspiracy that exposes the dangerous truth about his wife's hidden past and The Enemies, Who's Never Forgotten Him. Bob Odenkirk, Connie Nielsen, Christopher Lloyd, Sharon Stone, and Colin Hanks star.
I don't know who that dude is who stars in the Nobody movies, but he's good.
Bob Odenkirk?
He's great.
Yeah.
I don't know his name.
It's Bob Odenkirk.
But I enjoyed that first one, whoever he is.
Yeah, Bob Odenkirk.
I think the second one will be a lot of fun.
I was surprised how good the first one was. It's one of those things where everyone's like, Bob Odenkirk? Really? He's going to be in that. And he was awesome.
Yeah, he pulled it off well.
Yeah. Whatever the guy's name was.
The lead actor.
Yeah, that one. Also in theaters this week, the crime thriller Americana, starring Sydney Sweeney and Paul Walter Hauser.
Oof.
In America, which one?
Sydney Sweeney.
I figured as much. In Americana, the lives of outsiders and outcasts in a small South Dakota town violently intertwine when a sacred Native American object ignites a storm of greed, betrayal, and blood. Director Spike Lee's Highest to Lowest is now in theaters, starring Denzel Washington. When the king of the music industry is ensnared in a ruthless ransom plot, he faces the ultimate moral test: protect his fortune, his family, or his soul. And making its TV debut, Rainmaker storms on the USA Network. In this adaptation of John Grisham's classic, a rookie lawyer takes on a corporate Goliath alongside two seasoned hustlers. After its USA premiere tonight, Rainmaker will be available to stream tomorrow on Peacock. We're sitting at half the tickets left for our fall boat party, Rock the River. Compared to this time yesterday, we've been told less than 40 tickets remain. Paddleford Riverboats hosting the Brother and Sisterhood Friday night, September 19th on the Mississippi from 7 to 10. It'll be just a ham sausage this year. Ashley will be a new mom.
I'll miss you guys.
We'll miss you as well.
Ham sausage.
But Jell will be performing live, and Lucky's 13 Pub is bringing the buffet. As of last count, as I mentioned, fewer than 40 tickets left. So grab yours at 93x.com. Join us for what's always a great time. And thanks again to our sponsor who comes through for us year after year, the good folks at Anytime Bail Bonds. Happy anniversary to Varner Heating Jesus and Alina Sleep Center Medical Assistant Jesus. Good luck to PD Midwest Jesus and the wife doing a 12-hour overnight investigation. A listener texted in a message to the, quote, a-holes who broke into my car yesterday in broad daylight and stole my son's iPad. He hopes that they get their D's stuck in their zipper.
Oh.
Happy birthday to the Ranger from your loving son. Happy 41st to You Shouldn't Drink Vodka Jesus from I'll Lay Anything Fuzzy Flooring Jesus. And UFO Mofo Jesus text in to his stepbrother Bobby Boucher a happy 63rd today. And that's 93X News.
Randy Shaver.
Never had a grown man send me so many pictures with his shirt off.
On the Half-Assed Morning Show.
Called 911 because they won't give him his free burgers for the Brewers game today. He was advised the game wasn't over yet. Not sure if the subject is still standing by.
Hey, Randy Shaver. Randy Shaver?
Oh,
yeah.
There he is.
Hi.
Hello. Hello.
She's the final today, Randy. Since you retired, you've lost the ability to embrace Fridays?
I couldn't even tell you what day it is.
Right. But those of us who are still active, contributing members of the American workforce, we still get a good feeling.
Wait a second now. That's not fair. I'm still contributing.
Of course you are. Of course you are.
In a couple of weeks, I'll be working stiff in a couple of weeks.
Is that when you start
Then I will know what Fridays are.
Yeah. Is that when you begin your Star Trib gig?
August 28th.
In a couple of weeks.
Night. Yeah.
Our audio there to start our conversation. You know, the Milwaukee Brewers went ahead and won 12 baseball games in a row. Did they win another one? Are they up to 13?
I think they were off last night.
Okay. The Milwaukee Brewers won 12 baseball games in a row, which meant for everyone in town there in Milwaukee, free hamburgers from a joint called George Webb. Now, you heard right there that was a 911 operator or a cop on his walkie-talkie. What was it, Josh? Dispatcher. Apparently some derelict Brewers fan didn't pay attention to the small print on how this deal works. And after before they officially won their 12th straight game, dude goes to one of those George Webb restaurants in town and demands his hamburger.
Sure.
And the restaurant had to tell him they told him he had to wait. He called 911. Is that correct? The dude who went to the restaurant called 911. because he wasn't getting his free. Come on, dude.
So did that restaurant chain give the burgers away immediately after they won the 12th, or did they wait till the next day?
I think they're waiting until next week. Isn't that correct?
Yeah, I think that's usually how it
is?
goes.
Yeah, I
because they got to order it all, right?
Yeah, right. They have to prepare for it, so there's just no way they're going to be ready for that.
Yeah, they're not going to pre-order all that just in case.
Yeah.
What a cheapskate.
Makes sense.
Damn near everybody.
No doubt, Ashley.
Who's a cheapskate?
The guy that calls the cops because he needs his free burger now.
Damn near everyone in town knew that officially when the Brewers won 12 in a row, then there will be an announcement following from the George Webb Burger Restaurant that will tell you. It's just like the Buffalo Wild Wings free wings or the free taco thing during the World Series.
Yep.
There's always a little announcement that says, don't come running into the joint 10 minutes after that base is stolen or whatever they do in the World Series. We'll let you know.
Right.
So I think it's next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
They're going to just be folded in half over there at that George Webb.
I tell you what, though, that's such a great marketing thing for George Webb. I'm sure everybody in Milwaukee knows the George Webb, so it's probably, it's not like they're a brand new restaurant trying to get their name out there, but what a great marketing thing for them.
Yeah.
To get people in the door,
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to give something to get something, right? So
that is a life lesson right there, Randy Shaver. And in this business, we all know it's amazing how some people behave when it comes when it comes to free stuff.
The older I get, the more I appreciate free stuff. So yes, get it.
We've all seen some things at live events when it comes to free items. The behavior of adults goes right out the window.
I purposely will sit back and not go after free stuff because I don't want to look like that person. It's just so, I hate using the word, but cringy.
Sometimes, you go to a Costco or a Sam's Club on the sample days.
Oh, yeah.
There'll be lines to get a little tiny cracker with some, the weirdest flavor of hummus.
Dude, that's so true. And sometimes, even if there isn't a line, if they're like, hey, do you want to try this? Even if I do, I say no because I don't know. They're like a mooch.
I hate to say it, though, but in our world today with the economy the way it is, sometimes these free giveaways are important stuff for people, too.
Well, damn. Sure, there are some free giveaways that will directly benefit a family or something like that. But I'm talking about at some past events where you've got a CD sitting there on a table.
Right.
And
that's 30 years old.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Have you guys ever had people complain about how you are going to give them a free t-shirt and they're like, you only have extra large? It's a free t-shirt. I don't know what to tell you.
Cut it up. Put it in the wash. Do whatever you got to do. A 30-year-old CD sitting on a table from a band that only had mid-success, you know what I mean? And there'll be people who will want to fight over it. Wisconsin sports fan Jesus is texting in about that free hamburger deal next week in Milwaukee. He said you got to get a voucher to get the hamburger. You can't just walk in the restaurant and say, hamburger, please. That's how they do it. All right, speaking of food, we got big news here, Randy Shaver. Our Broast Out Cancer event.
Yes.
Coming up next month. At the Wayzata American Legion.
Next week, a week from
today. Friday, a week from today.
That's twice now. Wow. There's too much going on around here, and I keep getting it crossed up with our friggin' boat party. Sorry. Yes, our Broast Out Cancer event coming up next week, next Friday, at the Wayzata American Legion is sold smooth out.
Sold out. Awesome.
Yeah, that's great. That deserved a round of applause.
Fantastic.
Huge round of applause to your wife, Nick, because I know she worked really hard on this.
She has been working her ass off. She's been managing the ticket sales. But before it's official, I should let you know that my wife is combing through the guest list and kicking out any whores.
This shouldn't be a surprise to any whores. Your wife has made it clear she hates whores.
Yep.
And she kind of hinted last night that maybe throughout this entire process, she's been eliminating whores from the guest list.
I wonder what names that have popped up, and she's like definitely a whore.
That's a whore name?
Like Trixie or
Crystal.
She's been picking up the Crystals and the Britneys. She's been picking them right out. So, I mean, that's wonderful.
That's fantastic.
Thank you, everybody who who bought a ticket. That money will directly help families in this town, thanks to the Randy Shaver Cancer Research Fund. You're doing a wonderful thing. So here's the thing. We're going to try to accommodate some walk-ins, but it will be very limited. You can still make a donation, though. Seeing how we're sold out, go to 93x.com, click calendars, and then station events, and you can still make a, what's the word I just used?
A donation.
A donation.
Yep. Yeah, that's great.
Well, since it's sold out, maybe I'll scalp my ticket on eBay or something.
No whores, dude.
You flip it for like $100.
So just to be clear, you're trying to make money off a charity event.
Correct. Hey, like Randy said, man, times are tough, Josh, okay?
Yeah.
And aside from Ashley, we'll all be there hanging out. I know Dr. Andrea has confirmed that she will stop by. You got your Dana, you got your Cubby, you got your me, you got your Dr. P is going to stop by. We brought this up to see Willie Miles. We'll do our best to get everybody there. Smashly will be likely cradling a brand new baby at that point by next Friday.
Right.
Yeah, super big bummer. I love roasted chicken and charity.
What? Give me that charity.
Sprinkle a little charity on there.
Well, what if we'll bring you some roasted if you allow us to stop by your place?
That would be so incredible.
There will be none left.
No.
Get your own roasted chicken.
Maybe we can meet in the middle. I forgot you live in Coon Rapids. Let's meet in the middle somewhere, and we'll bring you as much charity and roasted chicken as you'd like.
Deal.
I've been trying to talk to Josh now about this. He likes to eat. I've been trying to tell Josh, if we've got him up there pronging the chicken and placing it on someone's plate, because it's going to be a buffet-style scene. I told Cubby, you can't do one chicken for you, one chicken in Cubby's pocket. One chicken for you,
I love pocket
one chicken in Cubby's pocket.
What am I going to be? Am I going to be the potato guy?
We'll
you can't handle the potatoes.
What's wrong with
those some bitches are hot.
I can handle the potatoes.
You're going to be making hot potato jokes all day.
We've got ideas where we're going to place people at this point, Josh, but nothing is set in stone yet.
I want you to put your godson to work. I want him to learn how to do something out there.
He's going to have to earn it.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm looking for.
Going to be a big, wonderful party next Friday at the YZ American Legion.
What's my job? Dana, we're going to have you just go stand outside the back door and just kind of stand there away from everybody and the food.
Well, you could be the valet.
We do have.
Oh, no, you're a bad driver. Never mind.
We do have a full-blown, full-on chicken suit.
Oh, my gosh. I forgot about the chicken suit.
Perfect.
Dana, you're so tall, though. Is he too tall to fit in the chicken suit?
That, then.
You'll fit into the chicken suit.
I would love to wear the chicken suit.
Please put on the chicken suit, Dana.
I'm going to dress like Peter Griffin then, and we could go
Oh, that'd be awesome.
We've utilized it many times on Roasted Chicken Night over there. My pal Vinny is usually the guy who puts on the chicken suit. He loves to ham it up for the old timers. And we play the chicken dance song on the PA. And
so cool.
You can be the chicken suit guy. Just don't wander over to the children's hospital and make the same mistake I did years ago. I believe I was dressed as a turkey that day. I think I was a turkey when I stepped on the air hose for a sick child and almost ended his life. Anyway, what time is it, Josh? 7:45?
Yeah. And then your life almost ended.
Yeah.
And all the nurses had to turn their attention away from these poor kids to you to make sure you were going to survive. At the time, our Viking, Kylie Wong, was very disappointed in the showing. That was his charity that we were part of. Was it Wong's Wishes, I think is what he called it?
Can't recall.
You made quite a scene that day.
Oh, gosh.
God.
Successful event all the way around.
Boy,
why are these alarms beeping, and why can't this kid breathe all of a sudden?
First the kid couldn't breathe, then my lights were going out. I was passing out while dressed as a giant turkey, and it's horrible. It was a horrible day for everyone, all ages. So, Dana, we can put you in the chicken suit.
I'd love that.
If you want to. Mm-hmm. It's going to be warm in there. Just hydrate yourself beforehand.
Sure.
What the hell else going? What's going on around here? The Twins won last night. Pardon me. The opposite. The Twins lost last night to the Detroit Tigers. They lost in extras. Rocco crapped his diaper late in the ball game. It's fun to watch.
You know what though? In fairness to him, he had legitimate beef with the umpire.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, that foul ball should have been examined, and the umpire wouldn't let them examine it. And I think the umpire had a late dinner reservation. He just wanted to get the hell out of there. So Rocco ended up getting tossed.
Oh, Jeffers saying that hit the ground.
It certainly looked like it did.
Jeffers saying that hit the ground, and for now, John Bacon is saying that was a clean catch, and this is not reviewable. And Rocco's been thrown out, and the hat comes off. He wasn't happy with the strike zone early.
Josh and I agreed earlier, Randy Shaver, that Rocco's temper tantrum last night, fully blown adult-style temper tantrum, didn't solely have to do with the performance of the home plate umpire.
No, I think there's other things at play. Yeah.
It's been building up.
Yeah. And in fairness to Rocco, his temper tantrums don't quite rise to the level of a Gardy tantrum.
No.
And so they don't get, from us anyway, they don't get the kind of attention that a good Gardy tantrum would get.
Well, and if you look at both managers' entire body of work, Rocco rarely pops.
For sure.
He rarely flips his lid, where Gardy was quite regular.
Yeah, Gardy was... he's pretty fiery.
Mm-hmm.
And, the Twins last night, I mean, they get to Skubal. They get 3 runs off of Skubal. Looks like that, maybe they're going to be able to beat the best pitcher in baseball last night. They couldn't hold the lead. And then they fail twice in extra innings to score the ghost runner and, lose the game. It's a very disappointing loss because they had plenty of chances to win last night.
Yeah, they had a great chance in the 10th. They couldn't get her done.
Yep.
Yeah, your secret,
missed the bunt.
Your secret lover, Tarek Skubal, gave up, I believe, his first home run all season to a
that's correct.
handed batter.
And the guy who hit it has only hit one other left-handed homer, I think, in his career off a lefty.
Eddie Julian.
Yeah. So, I mean...
Not someone most pitchers fear.
Nope. If you were sitting in Vegas and you were going to make a bet that this left-handed batter would hit a home run off of Tarek Skubal, he'd be the last guy I would choose for that bet. So,
Game 2 of 4 is tonight at Target Field, like we covered a couple days ago. All kinds of things happening over there this weekend. A country and western singer performs tonight. The 65 Twins are going to be honored. Corey Koski goes into the Twins Hall of Fame. Let me tell you something, Josh. The Polads have put together a nice little weekend for everybody.
They really have.
If you get a chance, you should thank them. Put together a nice little weekend for everybody. They're not so bad. I brought in that country and western guy. Bob's Country Bunker. They allowed 2 different types of bands at Bob's Country Bunker. Country and both kinds of music, country and western. What movie? The Blues Brothers. It says here that completely unproven and injury-prone Vikings quarterback J.J. McCarthy won't play in the Vikings' Week 2 preseason game tomorrow against the New England Patriots. I told you can't trust this kid. They play tomorrow afternoon, I think, at home against the New England Patriots, but no J.J. McCarthy.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure that's disappointing for fans, but...
You got plenty of reps the last 2 days of those joint practices with the Patriots.
Yeah.
You, Randy Shaver, admitted, I think is the proper word for this, you admitted that you watched the entire first Vikings preseason game.
I did.
Now,
it's my job.
I know, but you really think you can gut out 2 in a row?
Well, I'm actually going to be there in person tomorrow. So
are you going to? If you gut out 2 straight preseason games,
I know that's a record for me.
I'm giving you the Purple Heart.
Do you have some pretty good seats, Randy?
Actually, I'm going there as part of the Star Tribune. It's they have a suite there tomorrow, and they're doing a bunch of other stuff. I think I'm leading the Skull Clap
Oh, really?
Time or third quarter, yeah.
Dude, fun. All
How's
right.
your rhythm?
And so very bad, Josh.
Yeah, mine is too. I had screwed up.
Very bad. But
You're gonna
my
be arms up in the air doing that clap gimmick.
I guess, yes. My kids, my grandkids are coming. It's kind of a big deal.
Oh, that's great.
Cool.
This is tomorrow.
Fun. Yeah, that's a noon start on a Saturday, which is weird, but yeah.
They're going to see Grandpa up there leading everybody in the...
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool for you. Yeah, I'll give you the local sports equivalent of the Purple Heart if you can make it through.
Thank you. 2
consecutive preseason football games. I was handed the bar equivalent of the Purple Heart 20 years ago when I took a deuce at the Skyway Topless Bar.
Wow.
A friend of mine awarded me the bar equivalent of the Purple Heart for taking a deuce at the Skyway.
Jeez.
The Purple Shart.
But I had to do it. I'm sure you guys can figure this one out easy. A television station in Savannah, Georgia was... Sounds like Randy Shaver already.
Surprised this hasn't happened yet.
Oh, man.
Knows where I'm...
Yeah.
He knows where I'm going with this.
And the thing is, there are so many layers before it actually gets on television. And so for someone to not see it is baffling.
I wanted to ask you about
happens.
that. It's how easy that would be.
Well, I mean, there's the person probably in the sports department that will write out the name and the title of the person for the story. Then there's the director who's going to scan every page to check it to be sure that it's, they have the right calls to make when the show's actually in progress. So they're going to read all these little things.
It goes through some channels.
Yeah, it goes through people. It's baffling that something like that. And to be honest with you, if he was a quarterback in this town and I was working, I would make it a point always to check his name.
Here's where we're going with this. A television station in Savannah, Georgia was discussing Atlanta Falcons quarterback Michael Penix Jr. on their news program a couple nights ago. And take a wild guess what mistake the television station might have made with their graphics when posting Michael's name up there on the video. That's right.
Quarterback Michael Penix Jr.
That's right. Eisley. The graphics across everyone's television screen read Michael Penix Jr.
Quarterback Michael Penix Jr.
That must have happened when he was a big college quarterback, right?
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure those kind of things have happened. Yes.
I was wondering if that's like an autocorrect or a disgruntled employee, or maybe they put it up there to be funny at first and forgot to change it.
All of the above is possible. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, and isn't his nickname, don't tell me, this is a trendy thing now over the last few years. Everyone wants to talk about energy. Everything. Oh, you've got that energy. So I believe his nickname in the business is Big Penix Energy. Is that?
I've heard that before, yeah.
Okay.
Clown Penix.
I wonder if when he was a young kid, maybe it was pronounced Penix, but then his family said, look, we can't take the jokes anymore. Let's switch it to Penix.
That could be.
No, but I'll bet as a kid growing up, he had a lot of kids that said that word instead of his name.
Do you know anybody who altered their last name, the pronunciation of their last name, because they thought it sounded too funny or offensive or something like that?
No, but I know someone who went by a different first name because the combination of first and last was dirty.
Yeah.
It was a masturbation reference, a clear one, like his parents must have been clueless. Masturbation reference, so he changed his first name.
Was it Jack Offerman?
Pretty close.
The first name has to be Jack.
Yes.
Okay, I know two people who just did not like the pronunciation of their last name, and after many, many, many years, they altered it. And it did not please some of their family members. Some of their extended family said, no, you can't just up and do that. This is our family name. Have some pride. But they did not like the way it sounded, so they altered the pronunciation. Totally different story. We've discussed this a few times. People that we've known who changed their first names, pissed off their parents. I know one person who changed their first and last name just simply because they did not like the way it sounded. Pissed off her folks pretty badly. They thought of it as very disrespectful.
Well, Dana mentioned before his parents gave him the option to change his first name or to go by a different first name. How old were you when that happened?
Oh, elementary school, like first, second grade.
What was the name you chose?
They said, because I was getting teased, because it just so happened there was like 4 female Danas in my class throughout the whole first grade. So I was getting ribbed about it, and they said, if you really want to change your name, that's something we can explore. Do you have any ideas? And my suggestion was Nintendo. And they said, okay, this conversation's over.
It was revoked. That license was revoked.
And they said, all right, now you're just going to have to tough this one out, kid.
Pharma Jesus texted in to say his family changed their name. I won't say your real last name here, brother. But he said his family, many, many, many years ago, changed their name, altered it. It wasn't a complete change. It was altered. So it would sound less German when they moved here shortly after World War II.
Oh, that
happened.
Yeah,
that happened.
Yeah.
A lot.
Oh, yeah. I'm not saying this is wildly original. I'm just giving you an example. Yeah. They did not want to come off so German.
There's a few people who their families did change the pronunciation of their last name.
For sure.
The pronunciation of their last name for what reason?
Because it sounded dirty or it became a term.
Oh, so there are people texting in saying, okay.
Yeah. For example, somebody changed their last name, the pronunciation to Bonner, and it's spelled like you might expect.
Yeah, you have to.
Yep, you have to.
My God. Imagine climbing onto your 3rd grade school bus when your last name is Boner. There's just
oh my gosh, I'm so glad I have a regular last name for that.
There's no escape.
No. There's not.
Yeah, it's tough enough as it is, right? You don't need that weighing you down.
Well, Roger Stabone on the Growing Pains, he just owned it and went by Boner.
At the time, I didn't know what Boner meant. I didn't know why that was funny. Somebody told me, dude, do you know what that is, right? I had no idea.
The writers in that writing room are just like, we're working on this family-friendly sitcom. Let's try to sneak something in here. Let's call this kid Boner.
I remember being shocked the first time I watched that show, and there was a character named Boner, because this was supposedly a family-oriented program. But really? They threw Boner into the mix?
I can still picture Alan Thicke's voice. Boner? He was acting up.
His first name was Roger?
Yeah.
Stabone?
Wasn't it Richard?
May have been Richard.
Like Richard Milhouse Stabone.
Yeah, Roger doesn't sound right to me. What was the name of the show again?
Growing Pains.
Yeah, Growing Pains.
Richard, I just got the connection there too. Okay.
I'll take your word for it for now.
Yeah, you're right, Josh. Richard Milhouse Stabone.
Jesus Christ, you had the full name down?
I Googled it after because Roger didn't sound right either.
Man, Richard Milhouse Stabone, that kid couldn't catch a break in any 3 of his.
Nope.
No way.
All right, some of you were texting in. I don't believe that you had a friend whose last name was Vag Dick. Whenever we do the name thing on this program, we get some people who are trying to push reality a little bit.
Right.
Arangelo, Lamangelo, Vag Dick. Not buying it.
Last time we talked about this, it took me too long to realize my grandpa was pulling my leg when he said he went to school with a lady named Iva Big Bottom.
Right.
I believed that far too late in life. As a matter of fact, I got into an argument once with a kid. He said, that's fake. I'm like, no, my grandpa told me. My grandpa's a World War II vet.
He's not a liar.
If he said he went to school with an Iva Big Bottom, he did.
What about the family name? Hey, let's go out to dinner tonight, honey. Oh, that sounds great. Yeah, and I invited the couple down the street. Oh, which one? The Schlongs. We're having dinner with the Schlongs.
Schlong party of 4, your table's ready?
Now, I buy that one. I do. That doesn't sound as ridiculous as some of the other supposed examples being texted in right now.
Oh, helicopter fixer, she just said she was very happy she got married and changed her name before she was promoted. Otherwise, she would have been Master Sergeant Bates. Master Bates.
Yeah, can't do that.
There was a girl in my dorm freshman year. Her last name was Gross. Gross.
Yeah.
And we were all meeting each other, and she goes, "Yeah, Megan, she said her last name," and some guy just goes, "Man, I bet you can't wait to get married."
Yeah, I went to school with a Gross family.
Did you? Yeah.
Angeline Mary Maud Day Fisk. My dad always told us that was the name of his very first girlfriend. Angeline Mary Maud Day Fisk. All right, Randy Shaver, this might throw you a little bit. The 10 NFL quarterbacks with the greatest win percentage in NFL history. The 10 NFL quarterbacks with the greatest win percentage in NFL history. I kind of wish Brad Ryder was here so you guys could guess back and forth. These 10 quarterbacks are statistically the greatest regular season winners of all time. So it doesn't necessarily mean they won a pile of Super Bowls.
Right.
For a couple guys on this list, it doesn't necessarily mean they walked away from the game being called one of the greatest.
Yeah.
And a couple of them.
Yeah. What's the minimum number of games?
60 starts.
Okay.
For the purpose of the exercise, this is Bro Bible. They limited the list to quarterbacks with at least 60 starts.
Okay.
Number 10. From Brigham Young University. Can you guess already?
Steve Young?
Steve Young. Steve Young, not Joe Montana, holds the greatest win percentages at quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers.
Well, he played less games than Montana at that position, probably.
Probably.
So probably helped his cause a little bit.
Number 9. Josh practices French kissing on the back of his own hand just in case he ever gets to meet Jimmy Garoppolo. He's the 9th highest quarterback in NFL history as far as win. Yes, Randy?
What a bad list already.
We're too into the list.
Yeah, it's just a bad
Now
list.
you're coming off like Brad Ryder.
I think what skews this is the 60 starts. This is what skews this list.
It's not that bad from here on out. It's not that bad. I understand your reaction to Jimmy Garoppolo.
It skews the list, though.
Number 8, also out of Brigham Young University. Go.
There's not many BYU quarterbacks in my head. So
Jim McMahon.
Oh, God. Now this list is really skewed.
Are you all right?
Chicago Bears quarterback when they won the Super Bowl back in 1980. Yeah. Number 7, Peyton Manning.
Sure.
6, Lamar Jackson. 5, I believe he quarterbacked Navy in the late...
Staubach.
Roger Staubach. Number 4, the Lunatic.
Huh. He's only number 4?
That's right.
That's how this thing is skewed then.
See, but
that's crazy.
I think you'll be quite pleased by number 3 on the list of the NFL quarterbacks with the highest winning percentage ever. I think you'll be quite pleased and excited to hear number 3. Darryl LaMonica. You're not pleased to hear about Darryl?
No, that's. I mean, again, the 60 starts I think skews the entire list. But yes.
2, Patrick Mahomes, the number 1 quarterback on. As far as win percentage, Randy, he played in the 40s and 50s for the Cleveland Browns.
Oh, Luck?
No, it's not.
No, not Luck.
I'll give you a hint. We were talking about German names a few minutes ago. He has a very German first name. Very German first name.
I'm.
Not an automatic car, but a...
Otto Graham!
Otto Graham. Okay. I wouldn't have thought of that.
In 10 seasons with the Cleveland Browns from 1946 to 1955, he went 58-13-1. won 3 championships with the Browns, won 3 MVP awards, and he was the first true superstar in NFL history.
Yeah.
That's cool to see a guy like Otto Graham still on the top of this list.
Well,
guy's been dead for decades.
Can we go back to Boner real quick?
Okay, you're referring to the character from the 80s sitcom Growing Pains, Richard Milhouse Stabone, nicknamed Boner.
I've never been able to go back to Boner that fast in my entire life. Usually takes a lot longer. What a day this has been.
My buddy Dave just texted me something. I thought he was messing with me, but I looked it up, and it's accurate. Boner's dad, Richard Milhouse Stabone, his dad's name in the show? Sylvester Stabone.
Oh, is that right?
That's true.
No way.
I wish my name was Sylvester Stabone.
That is so cool.
That's amazing.
That takes away any fond memories I have of that television show.
Aww.
It does. That ruins it for me. That show really sucked.
It was pretty cheesy.
It was really terrible. And I loved Alan Thicke, but that show sucked.
I thought Kirk Cameron was cool.
He was not. He was not cool. Yes, March Madness, Jesus. Otto Graham was the last consistent quarterback the Browns had.
Bernie Kosar deserves a little bit of love there.
Oh, see, I'll go crazy in defense of Bernie Kosar. Yeah. And I'll go crazy in defense of Brian Sipe.
Sipe, yeah. They deserve a little bit of credit.
If John Elway plays baseball instead of football, Bernie Kosar has 2 Super Bowl rings on his fingers at the least.
Yeah.
Yep. Bernie Kosar looked broken when he was a rookie. That was my favorite thing about Bernie Kosar. He looked elderly as a rookie, knob-kneed, sloppy, slow.
He and Vinny Testaverde were kind of built out of the same mold.
That was my favorite kind of quarterback growing up. The ones when they drop back, they look to be in terrible pain. Not these slick idiots who will run around.
Yep.
Here you go. Why bother watching 18, 19 weeks of overrated NFL football this season, wondering how your favorite club is going to turn out when a Madden simulation already has all the answers for you? Someone at CBS Sports cut loose with the game. They turned Madden on their Sega or whatever they do these days. I don't know what they do. And they hit the simulate button on the entire season.
Yep.
So here's what to expect. I wish I had more details.
Did they just do it once? Because sometimes these people will do it multiple times just to kind of get a...
I believe it was one time.
Okay. All right.
Like former Browns head coach Sam Ratigliano used to say, one time, baby. One time. That's for anyone listening who has any knowledge on the history of the... Here's what to expect. The Vikings will miss the playoffs. Again, I wish I had details as to their final record. I wish I had details as to where they will fall in the NFC North standings or whatever they call the division they play in. The Vikings will miss the playoffs according to this Madden simulation. The Green Bay Packers will defeat the Baltimore Ravens in the Super Bowl on a walk-off Hail Mary touchdown pass as time expires.
Nope, not going to happen.
I'd be happy for my friends.
The Green Bay Packers will be your Super Bowl, whatever it is this time around, champion.
Actually, I take that back. They would become insufferable.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, no, you don't get the Brewers having a great season and then the Packers having a great no, that's not fair.
They haven't earned both.
No.
Well, I'm sure.
Yeah, but the Brewers haven't had a chance to crap the bed yet. So.
Yeah, they'll always find a way to break her there.
Yeah. I wouldn't get too worried about the Brewers just yet.
I still, where was I going with this? There was something.
The Green Bay is, obviously the Eagles, Detroit. Those are the 2 best teams in the NFC.
Sure.
The 2 best teams.
I'll go along with it. What I was trying to say a minute ago was I'm sure that's not the last Madden NFL season simulation that we will read about as we approach the beginning of the football season. College football officials will supposedly be cracking down on fake injuries this season.
Oh, to stop the clock?
Yes. Players faking injuries by orders of the head coach, quite often, has been a thing the last couple of years, a chicken way to slow the game down when you need to. So, beginning this season, if a player on the field presents himself as injured after the ball is spotted for the next play, that player's team will be charged a timeout. If the team does not have timeouts remaining, a 5-yard delay of game penalty will be assessed. The player also must remain out of the game for at least one down, even if his team is granted a timeout, and may not return until receiving approval of the medical staff.
It's a lot. That's a lot of hoops to jump through for that.
I saw it. I mean, I don't watch a large amount of college football. I watch the Golden Gophers.
They're putting a lot on the referees to make sure that all those things happen.
It's kind of a judgment call.
Yeah, but the key there is once the ball is put down on the ground. That's the key. If the player is hurt before they set the ball, then all of this doesn't happen.
Yes, you're putting a lot on the referees, but something had to be done because even though I almost exclusively watch Golden Gopher football, I even caught a couple games last year where it was brutally obvious that the coach asked a player to lay down and act hurt because they need to stop the clock or they need to this or they need to that. And it became a friggin' comedy. It became a comedy.
At the end of practice each day, they practice faking injuries. Now, you really got to sell it, kids. You got to sell it.
What else is going on around here? We can close out with this. Someone or something called Scripps, SCRIPPS, is teaming up with the folks at Sports Illustrated to broadcast the SI Women's Games, which is a new multi-day women's sports competition. Now, I'm not sure what channel is going to be running this year tournament, but it's going to be Team America versus Team World. That's the type of format they're going with. And it's going to take place over 6 days at the end of October, and it bleeds into November. Each night, Team America.
I hope they walk out to that each event.
Each night, Team America and Team World will compete against each other in one sport. So the gals will be stomping each other's guts out while playing the following sports. This is what will be included in the SI Women's Games. Flag football. Now, we're Americans. We should beat any other country at flag football by a minimum of 5 touchdowns. Right?
Yeah, I'd say so.
I mean, everyone wants to fall down and touch themselves to the thought of NFL players competing in the Olympics someday in flag football. It's going to be a joke. There will not be one close game from here on out until the day that I die. There will be not one close game when the American NFL players play flag football in the Olympics. Mark my friggin' words. Not that it's a bold statement or anything. You should know that. They're going to cut loose with some combat sports in the SI Women's Games.
Awesome.
Including judo.
Which is already an Olympic sport.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah.
They're not trying to, steal the Olympic. Judo, 6 judo matches, and then 6 wrestling matches. Anaconda squeeze. They're going to go ahead and play some volleyball, gymnastics, basketball.
I love watching gymnastics.
You do?
Yeah, it is so much fun.
It was on my television the other night. The wife was watching some kind of gymnastics tournament.
They're so talented. And then I don't know if anyone else is the same way, but when I'm watching, I'm like, oh, what was that? How could you mess that up? That's so easy. Like, I could do the beam any better than those girls are doing. Like, oh, there goes 2 points for you.
You'd be wearing that beam upside your skull, I think, if you
have a concussion.
I wouldn't even be able to get up on the thing.
So the women will be, again, playing flag football, judo, wrestling, volleyball, gymnastics, basketball, and tennis. Just in case, case you had a an idea.
I think there's an audience for that.
Yeah.
For sure.
Get her done, Team USA. If I'm the coach for Team USA, before the tournament, I sit my players down and I say, you were born to be flag football players. Judoists, wrestlers, volleyball players, gymnasts, basketball players, and tennis players. And you were meant to be here tonight. That's what I would say to them.
Yes.
I mean, the Timberwolves released their schedule for the upcoming season. They play 28 national television games. So there you go.
The video they put together on social media was pretty funny.
What'd they do?
They had like this crusher, so like they're playing the Bulls, so it was a bunch of hot dogs, and they crushed the hot dogs. You know, that sort of thing. Because of Chicago dogs.
Oh, Chicago. Yeah, I was wondering.
But the best one was...
Am I eating hot dogs made out of bulls? I didn't. So anyway, go ahead.
The best one, though, is the Lakers. So the pressure's coming down and shows the Lakers logo, and they crush a Dallas Cowboy helmet. Like bandwagon fans.
Sure.
I thought that was pretty clever.
They all have to have that cute video now. All right, Randy, what are you going to do this weekend?
Well, I'm going to go to the Vikings game.
Oh, right. I forgot already. Tomorrow you're having a big day with the family. I'm sorry, I forgot.
With the Vikings, and I think after that, just kind of chill and relax.
See, here's something you're forgetting about, and I completely forgot. I apologize. So you're going to the Vikings game tomorrow, massive second preseason game of the year. You know you've hit it big when they put you on stage during a preseason game. Anyway.
When JJ's not playing.
Yeah. You're going to be leading. You told us this earlier. You're leading the crowd in the skull.
I think I am. That was the scuttle.
Okay.
We'll see.
But here's something I think you forgot.
Oh.
When anyone leads that skull chant, they put them up on the big screen so everyone can time it out and play. Randy, these days, when they put you on the big screen at a ball game, you got to chug a whole beer.
Oh, that's not going to happen.
You better bring a tall Mick Golden with you.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Oh, that would be so cool, Randy. I'd love that.
Because I would have to pee before I get down from the stage. So that's not going to happen.
You can get Metamucil in a similar color and nobody would know.
Ain't that the truth?
Yep.
You'd have to take a whiz before the final clap.
I wouldn't be able to leave the stage. I'd have to go.
Oh, man. Same for me, dude.
Yeah.
When I tried drinking beer like it's the old days, my God, I'm just windmilling in and out of the men's room all night long.
You know, it's really funny. Even if I've already gone, if I pass a bathroom, I still have to stop.
Yeah, you got to take a just in case pee.
Yeah, it's just one of those things.
I might be able to press a couple of the drops out of that poor thing.
Yep.
All right, dude, have a great weekend.
All right, you too.
We'll talk to you on Monday, and we'll be back with more on the Half-Assed Morning Show here in a few minutes.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Hey friends, Dana here. And yeah, sure, we got plenty of summer left, but we all know what comes next when the weather shifts from crotch soup season to frozen shriveled peas season. That's why I love my pals at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. It's the perfect time to get them out and take a peek at both your AC and your furnace. Book your AC tune-up by August 21st and save $45 or save $90 when you bundle both. It's the early bird deal, and it's the way to go for peace of mind on both ends. Go to standardheating.com and make sure to mention 93X when you book.
YouTube personality Benny Johnson has cracked the code on a new era of newsmaking.
Very controversial, very strong opinions. A person who speaks truth fearlessly, breaking for nobody.
It's a new cultural landscape.
We're not trying to politicize this. People are primed now, and forgive me, dude, it is what it is. Here's what's going on in your country, bro.
The Benny Show.
Get ready if this is something that you needed to put a little pep in your step. No? Yeah? Okay.
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
The Half-Assed Morning Show, 93X.
Oh, F me, isn't this something? It's Friday. Well, at least it's our Friday. And you're a great crowd. We appreciate you very much. It's 8:32. How's everything going? How's everything going on your neighborhood app?
I'm not on one. I was on it for a short amount of time, and I thought, what a wonderful resource. We can keep in contact with our neighbors, find out what's going on in the neighborhood, and then it became very angry and catty and political, and I decided maybe I don't need to know that about
What's the latest on your neighborhood app, Ashley or Dana? What's going on?
Everybody's reporting their cars have been broken into.
Oh.
Yeah, I've seen that on the news there.
And I made my first ever post the other day when I got home from being up north, and we We have a detached garage that's in the alley, and there was a stolen car with the motor running, blocking our garage door.
So you announced that to your neighborhood people.
So if anyone's missing a Kia, it's been hot wired and is still running on my driveway right now in the alley.
I'm still a part of when I lived in Minneapolis, which was like a block from where Dana lives now. I'm still a part of that neighborhood group. I just never changed it. And you're right. There are quite a few break-ins. I really like. I don't know if you ever see these ones, Dana. It's like some old lady, I imagine, every time, and she's like, "Have you seen this sketchy-looking guy? He's walked, in front of my house every day for the last 3 weeks," and people are like, "He's just walking his dog, dude."
Yeah, some of them can get kind of crazy. Some of the texts back and forth, or I don't know if you call them posts back and forth. It's people bitching at each other, like someone saying, "Hey, I saw this wolf in my backyard," and somebody's like, "That's a golden retriever, you dumb son of a bitch." And then people will start sending facts and figures and articles about all these different things. They fight about the dumbest stuff, and they live in the same neighborhood. It seems dangerous.
What do they call it? The Nextdoor app? Is that how I should be saying it?
Yes.
There's a few, but I think that's the biggest one.
So what kind of arguments did you get into on your neighborhood app, Josh?
Oh, I never posted a thing.
You never said anything?
No. I mean, there was nothing really to post. But I looked through some of those, and it seemed like eventually, it didn't start that way. But eventually, no matter what certain people said, there was one or two people in particular that had a problem with it.
Oh, I love this. CFH bass player Jesus is letting us in on what's going on in his neighborhood via the neighborhood app. He says right here, hey, someone's selling a rabbit they don't want anymore.
Oh, wonderful.
I'm also part of the Buy Nothing group in my neighborhood. I always get a kick out of that. It's if you got something you don't need, rather than throwing it or, re-gift it to somebody in the neighborhood. And some things it's like, oh, I have a half a bag of Doritos chips. And people will like, oh, I'm interested. I have some used sports bras. I'm interested. It's amazing the types of things you can give away on that thing.
Used sports bras.
What?
Yep. Dangerous.
Yeah, I don't know that it's going to be a lady that's going to pick those
come knocking
up.
for that.
Some guy's going to be wrapping that around his rod, that used sports. Now, I saw something yesterday. Some of the more interesting statements or questions from neighborhood apps. Now, I'm guessing maybe one or two of these people were just joking around. But the majority of these statements or questions, in my opinion, are just crazy people being crazy. And that's when the fun kicks in for me. Crazy people acting crazy.
We've got one of those in our neighborhood.
What are they?
She's very into conspiracies about a lot of different things, and she puts signs on her lawn. So she's probably online too, but she's an older lady, so maybe not. No. She'll put signs in her lawn complaining about this or that.
She'll write it out with magic markers.
Print it out. She'll type it up and print it out.
Oh.
And so you have to walk up and actually pick it up and read it?
Or when you're driving by, it's big enough you can read. She puts, they're big signs.
Big letters.
She also has pamphlets attached if you want to grab something for
complaints,
some literature.
Conspiracy theories.
Yeah, plenty of stuff.
Dude, you should grab some of those pamphlets. I'd love to read them.
Well, you're going to have some free time. Well, not necessarily free time, but maybe you want to read an article or two.
Yeah. I want to know what she's up to.
I would also love to read some of those messages. So think of this as a heads up, in case you're not aware. These are the people living in your neighborhood. Here are some of these statements made on the neighborhood app. I've noticed a lot of people out and about doing things like driving, walking, flying, and on airplanes. Any idea what's going on? That kind of sounds like regular life to me.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Keep an eye out. Get back to us. I don't see any owls or hear them. I'm scared that they were killed by our government.
I can tell you we have a couple of them.
That's so cool.
But we run an owl refuge in our backyard. Yeah, I wonder if the government's going after owls.
Yeah, wait, should I be worried? I don't see owls.
We've lived in our house now for 6 years. Hear them all the time. They're crazy loud. I just saw one for the first time maybe a week ago. Oh, I'll show you a picture of it.
Oh, I would love to see. I absolutely love owls. They do a very good job at blending into the trees.
I took forever to finally see one.
All right. This is a message just sent in by a listener who keeps up with his neighborhood app, Nextdoor app or whatever. And he says, my favorite are the people when they hear sirens they have to jump on that neighborhood app to ask what's happening.
I've seen that happen.
He goes on to say most of the time the paramedics don't even know what's going on until they get there.
Exactly.
It's very annoying.
Dude, that owl that Josh has in his yard, that thing's huge.
Gigantic.
That is so cool. You better hide your dogs.
I have no idea how. Well, I think that's why we found, probably once a week, a torn apart rabbits in our yard. I'm guessing it's this guy.
Is it usually missing the head?
No, they leave the head behind. At least
the
ours
body
does.
is the delicacy for an owl.
Yeah.
They don't like to eat the heads because the eyes look at them.
That makes sense.
That's a fun one. This dude just texted in. People who hear sirens in their neighborhood and immediately jump on the neighborhood app and say, well, what's going on? Well, who the hell knows? Maybe you had to be there.
I know who knows.
Who knows?
I've talked about him before. His name is oh shoot, he's gonna be so disappointed in me. I believe it's Gary. Oh, he's gonna be so mad.
Well, what in God's name are we talking about?
Yeah, tell us.
He always will post updates on Facebook about what's going on, and if you hear sirens, what's going on. He's like a personal police scanner. It's sweet.
We lived in our last neighborhood, a retired CIA agent was there. And that was pretty cool talking to him.
Oh, I bet.
He was in the know on everything.
Every neighborhood's got that one person who knows all the juice, all the gossip, everything that's happening.
I was at a buddy's house, Donnie. I was at Donnie's house a couple years ago. Summertime, we're all outside in the yard drinking, and there's sirens just blaring forever and ever and ever. And for whatever reason, Donnie's girlfriend thought he should know what's happening as he's sitting in a lawn chair with a beer between his knees. And she says, Donnie, as the sirens are blaring, what's happening? And he gave the only answer you could give. He said, how the F should I know?
Dirt Moving Jesus, he brings up a good point. The Ring app, that Ring neighborhood app, I forget exactly, maybe that's what it's called. But I've seen some screenshots from that before where websites will document what's going on there, and it's pretty funny. Same with pictures of something that everybody knows exactly what that is. What the hell's this thing driving by? It's got 4 wheels on it and there's lights. That's a car, ma'am.
Aha, dude. I was right. His name is Gary. A bunch of listeners are texting in. And they know who I'm talking about.
You're not kidding. There are a ton of people who know this Gary guy.
Explain this one more time. This is a guy who's on your neighborhood app?
He's on Facebook. He posts, if there's something going down, he lets people know what's up.
And this is in Wisconsin?
I believe he's in Hudson, but he does, even the metro area, too.
Okay, so he always keeps folks posted on what crimes are being committed. There's a car accident here. There's a fire there. That's his thing?
Yeah,
okay.
It's awesome.
El Gato Jesus said in Egan, the next door is going crazy with lead contamination. Yeah, I should have guessed that. I'm not on it, but I'd imagine that's definitely been talked about.
Oh, it's a big conversation. It's lead contamination?
Yeah, lead contamination.
Boy, am I missing out.
I pooped out a pencil the other day, so I think I'm being affected.
What about a pencil?
I pooped out a pencil.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it got me.
I love this exchange. We're going through some of the all-time great statements or questions in the brief history of Nextdoor apps, whatever you call it. I like this exchange right here. One person asks, does anyone else hear the voices? The next person responds, all the time.
Yes.
They talk to me. They understand.
I'm trying to enroll my 82-year-old father for Medicaid. Any advice? Next person. Hurry. That's kind of funny. You guys didn't follow that or what? 82-year-old father. Okay, what time is it? If anyone has any experience with anything or knows anything about something, please let me know.
Anything at all.
I could tell you some of the sports apps between parents can get kind of fun, too. Some of those chats. Also, they can get a little touchy.
What are we talking about now? Sports?
Like a sports app. It'll have your kid's schedule, and then you can chat with the team. Coaches are on there. All the parents are on there.
Oh, my God. That sounds absolute misery.
Oh, I had to turn off the alerts yesterday because it was going nuts.
Parents bitch about playing time and stuff on there?
No, right now it's just practices, so maybe that's coming, but just about whether it's okay to practice, who's going to be there, who's not, why they're going to be there, why they're not.
Oh, my gosh.
And then one mom will say, congratulations, under 10 Egan soccer team for your win yesterday. And then the next line will say, some guy will say, well, they did pretty well except for number 10 out there really stunk it up. And then the next message, well, number 10's my kid. What's your problem?
Former baggage handling Jesus said that the first Wednesday of every month when the tornado sirens go off, the neighborhood app always goes crazy.
Oh. Yeah. Somebody said, someone texted or on one of those apps asked about the booming noises, and it was a thunderstorm. They didn't realize that was going on.
Is that a dog posting on there?
Speaking of dogs, here's a Nextdoor app message that says, please keep your dogs and children quiet in the mornings. Some of us have been up all night setting off fireworks. Now, this is what I believe the young people refer to as TMI, too much information. This is straight from a Nextdoor or neighborhood app. This is the message. My husband died on Monday. I have 2 free 10-speed bicycles available. Available. Why did she include the information about her husband dying on Monday?
Oh, that was the end?
Yes, my husband died on Monday. I have 2 free 10-speed bicycles available.
I suppose explaining why I don't need these bikes anymore.
And then this. I'll close you out with this. Hi, everyone. I'm just so happy. I have a new daughter-in-law I love very much. And grandkids. My son is extremely happy with joy. Goodbye, ex-daughter-in-law. Life is very great without you and your daughter.
Whoa!
He should have divorced you years ago. You need help, and your daughter, too. Everyone knows this. God is good. Amen. The following comment. Ma'am, this is the Nextdoor app.
I can see my mom accidentally doing something like that.
Goodbye, ex-daughter-in-law. You need help, and your daughter, too.
Take the internet away from her.
Sounds like quite an adventure. We're up and gone here in a matter of moments. We'll be back next Monday. Will we hear from Ashley next week? Maybe.
Hope so.
Maybe.
Yeah, I hope so, too.
Yeah, that'd be nice. It'd be
but
nice
that's
to see.
The way it goes. My mother has told me that when you don't want it to happen, that's when it's going to happen. And I have a little bit of a work meeting on Tuesday after the show here, and she said, because I really want to go to that, and I actually do want to go to that, she said, you're going to have the baby before that.
Man,
it's going to mess up everything.
Must be some meeting if you're looking forward to it.
You're scheduled to be inducted. What's the word?
Induced.
You're scheduled to be induced next Tuesday, you say?
Wednesday.
So anything can happen over the weekend. If you make it to work next Monday and Tuesday, I'd consider us lucky, but we're getting there. So just wanted to let folks know that there is a chance that this will be your final. And we won't hear from you for 6-8 weeks because of a little something called maternity leave.
Yep.
If this is it, Ashley, if it had to be someone, I'm glad it was you. What movie? Donnie Brasco.
You were voted in this studio most likely to get pregnant.
It was a landslide, too.
Yeah, honestly, I never thought I would be when I first started here. I always said I didn't want kids.
You said you hated kids.
Yeah, but, I was 20, 21.
When you first started here, we used to hold hands and skip down the hallway and sing a song about how much we both hated kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now look at where we are.
And everybody would tell me all the time, like, you just wait, you're going to change your mind. And I'm like, no, I won't. I will never change my mind.
We sat and wrote a song about hating children.
And then, I changed my mind a couple of years ago, and I'm really, really glad I did.
So's your kid.
Yeah.
He's very glad.
Like, thanks for keeping me around, Mom.
So this could be it. We don't know. Here's something I don't expect you to have a thought on yet. I don't expect you to have thought of this yet. For Pete's sake, the baby still hasn't seen the light of day, but what do you think about homeschooling your child?
No.
Do any of us know someone who was homeschooled, or I'm getting there, what's the other scenario, or they homeschooled their child? Anyone who was homeschooled or homeschools their children?
Yes, both ways. You can tell that the child was homeschooled for the first one, and then for the woman I know that homeschooled her children, she had no business doing that.
Oh,
no business.
Well, I think they have a pretty slick operation now. Some friends of mine, I mean, they are bright, but they homeschooled their kids for a few years.
You were chuckling when I asked the question, Josh.
Because I think you're forgetting someone we all know who is homeschooled.
I am.
Yeah, okay. Well, these people, they did a good job. Their kids aren't.
Well, no, I didn't say anything bad. I just asked if anyone had been homeschooled or homeschooled their children.
Some parents can really pull it off. I mean, they're very intelligent. They actually follow the curriculum that you're supposed to follow. But, yeah, I've met some parents that haven't pulled it off.
Can you write this name down? I'm forgetting someone.
Yeah, right. I know you weren't saying that, but I was laughing that you didn't, because you're saying you don't know anybody, and you definitely do.
Oh, God, I haven't thought of this person in a long time. And
I don't want to I don't want to put that on homeschooled people.
Good point. I'm a little upset with you for bringing this person's name back into my head. Yes, I had forgotten all about that individual. Well, the reason I ask is, well, I was just simply curious. The other night, my wife and I were out together, and there was this big party happening with young people, and they were walking a red carpet. This was on Lake Minnetonka. They were on the shores of Lake Minnetonka, walking a red carpet all dressed up nice. And my wife said, "Oh, I think that's the homeschool prom." And I said, "Really?" And she said, "Yeah, the parents who homeschool their kids still obviously want to get them involved and mingling with other kids their age. So they set up a homeschool prom where the kids show up in tuxes and do the whole schmear."
That's cool.
I'd never heard of that.
I'm glad they still get a chance to do stuff like that.
Yeah, there's sports too. They can get involved in sports, everything.
Yeah, you kind of have to go out of your way to make sure that they have that interaction that children need.
Boy, Cubby, you weren't kidding when you wrote that name down. That is a bad example of how homeschooling can turn you out.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't 100% sure where you were going with that.
Oh, no. If that's the route you take, have at it. I just can't imagine taking myself back to when I was a kid. I can't imagine missing out on all that hell-raising that I experienced with my buddies back in our school days. School was a riot. Oh, I loved school. I could not wait to get to school because it was just a 6-hour riot. I can't imagine missing out on that. So I thought it was kind of cool, knowing nothing about homeschooling. It was cool to learn that, they get out, they play sports, they do proms, they do good. It's not the way I would operate, but
I wish I could go. I was just telling my husband the other day, I wish I could go back to school, like elementary school, just for a week as a little kid. Especially during the holidays when you get to do all the fun projects in class, the field trips to the
holidays.
zoo.
You loved holidays.
I loved that so much. And your parent could come in and eat lunch with you on a special day. That was just so cool. I want that feeling of nostalgia again.
Well, you'll get to relive it with your baby, the official baby of the 93
That's so true.
That is pretty fun.
Yay.
You'll get to relive all that crap. And, I often think like this, Josh. My parents were a negative enough influence on me just from our hours together at home. Imagine if I sat there all day long and they taught me. I'd be an animal.
Yeah.
They were a negative enough influence on me, let alone the extra hours we could have spent together at home with them teaching me. Oh, my God.
Teach you how to roll cigarettes.
Oh, yeah. Well, there you go. We got to get going. Hopefully we see Smashley again next week, but it's anybody's damn guess.
Yeah, if we don't, we'll miss you, Ashley. This will be the last time we ever talk to you.
I'll miss you more.
Best of luck to Don't Have a Jesus Named Jesus and his wife. They're going in Monday for a C-section for the newest member of the sisterhood. Congrats. We love the check-in. So good morning to Royalty Analyst Jesus, who checked in a little earlier this morning. Happy birthday to Checkmate Model X Jesus from your bro, Audi Parts Jesus. Shout out to the Coke Bros. They're at the State Fair right now, firing up all the Coke equipment. That's from Loon Blower Jesus and your friend here at 93X. Happy birthday to Trash Man Jesus, and have a great weekend, whores.
93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
93X. Hey friends, Dana here. And yeah, sure, we got plenty of summer left, but we all know what comes next when the weather shifts from crotch soup season to frozen shriveled peas season. That's why I love my pals at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. It's the perfect time to get them out and take a peek at both your AC and your furnace. Book your AC tune-up by August 21st and save $45 or save $90 when you bundle both. It's the early bird deal and it's the way to go for peace of mind on both ends. Go to standardheating.com and make sure to mention 93X when you book.